Welcome back, everybody, to the C Squared podcast. My name is Carmelo.
And my name is CJ.
And it is 2026. I cannot believe it. The year went by so fast. I can't believe it's already January. CJ, how was your 2025?
Amazing. Full of concerts.
Yes.
Full of food.
Yes. Lots of Asian food. Lots of ramen.
And a lot of growing.
Yes.
Okay. And it really ended with me just feeling satisfied with hard and easy decisions I had to make throughout the year. But it ended amazingly. And 2026 is going to be even more amazing. The year of the horse.
Yes,
2025 was the year of the shedding, the snake.
Okay.
And now we're horses.
Philosophical.
Stomping. Oh, like a rock. I had to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How was your 2025?
My 2025 was very interesting for me, but it ended very awesome, very amazingly for me, actually. I'm just very, very excited about what the new year brings, you know? We're starting our podcast journey here. So I'm very excited about that.
We're revamping it up.
Well, yeah, but we've been talking about doing this like seriously and consistently for a while. And now I feel like we're actually doing it. And also just sharing about all the different creative stuff that we like to do for people to get to know us, for us to get to know the people, and for them to get to know just how crazy we are. I'm a little bit nervous because, you know, I get a little bit crazy, but I'm still super excited.
You're very honest, and it helps me.
I am brutally honest.
But I'm excited as well.
Mm-hmm.
We are very creative. We do a lot of things in-house within ourselves, whether it's dancing, choreographing, making clothes.
We like to call ourselves a one-stop shop.
A one-stop shop, editing music. It's a full factory.
Everything. It's just it's a two-person factory.
What do you need made? You want some earrings? Gotcha.
Listen, everything.
You want a light bulb?
Okay, I've made I've made shoes. I've already made platform shoes. So it's not a joke. It's a one-stop shop. It's two people. Well, it's a one-stop shop with just two people.
Do you need a stool turned into a chair?
Okay, I could get my mother. That's we're gonna have to hire her. But
no, that's the secret one. We can't
right.
tell nobody that.
We can't. Shh.
What do you have down there?
It's just us.
What's going on? You said mom.
Oh my God. The C Squared podcast coming to you every Friday on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed, and you can follow us at the C Squared podcast on Instagram. We're going to do a lot of polls because we want this to be a super interactive podcast. That's going to be on YouTube, also going to be on Instagram. You can also follow us on our own personal pages. Mine is _Carmelo Cruz.
And you can follow me at CJ the Virgo.
Yes. So, as we said, this is going to be a weekly podcast where we come to you every week and we talk about various things in the world of dance and entertainment. If you don't know, CJ and I, we are dancer choreographers ourselves. Yes, we're going to talk to you about the scandalicious moments that are happening in the world, but the main thing is really about being a positive place for creatives to be and express themselves.
State of the arts.
And the state of the arts.
So before each episode, we would like to start it off with an icebreaker, something to loosen us up, to get us open for today's topics and conversations.
Yes. So for you guys, you can get involved in the icebreakers by commenting in the comment section, #icebreaker, and you can ask us a question, make a comment that you want us to maybe cover on the next episode or something like that, and we'll go in and we'll pick our favorite and we'll talk about it in the next episode.
All right, I'm gonna go second. I'm gonna pick out your question.
Okay.
What's the most important thing a single individual can do for the greater good? Okay. What's the most
this Miss America pageant question? What the hell?
Good luck.
Be kind. That's literally that's the single most important anyone on this earth can do, is just be kind to someone else. That's it. That's the greatest good someone can do. Yes, there are greater, but the greatest that you could do is just simply be kind to someone. You know, don't judge them. Don't belittle them. Don't look down to them if you see that they're struggling or whatever. Like, just be kind. Being kind can literally save someone's entire life. Like, literally save someone's life. So the single most important thing a person can do is be kind.
I love that.
Is that okay, Miss America?
I guess.
This psychotic question. Come on.
All right. So my question is, what's the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
Oh, yes.
What's the best Wi-Fi name I've ever seen?
We used to name our Wi-Fi the House of the Blondes. That was
Oh my
literally the
God,
name
House of
of our
Blonde.
House of Blonde was our Wi-Fi name. You never seen anything crazier?
I'm trying to think. Maybe I have, but off the top of my head, like what? But House of Blonde, yeah, we named our Wi-Fi that.
Yes. So your answer is our name. That's the
Our
craziest
name.
you've seen.
Yeah,
That's the craziest name you've seen in Wi-Fi.
that question was just bad.
No, I thought it was funny because the funniest I've seen was "Get the fuck out," or "Stop stealing my Wi-Fi."
You see, those are the things that I like.
No, but you have to be like in a random place, usually like in a hotel or something where people have a bunch of like MiFis and random stuff. So it's always this random
could
name.
imagine.
It'd be the craziest names.
Especially in a hotel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was a cute little icebreaker question. Mine was all deep and philosophical. Yours was lighthearted and sweet. Love that. All right. So up next, we have On Today's Internet, which is our hot topic section. So what is happening on your internet today, CJ?
On today's internet, in my world, Heated Rivalry has taken the world
Over.
by storm. It's just
Absolutely.
It's taken over.
That's my answer as well. I wanted to find a different answer, but I looked at it. The options were heated rivalry or Trump fighting with something political
Or
with
a
Trump
real
or something.
heated rivalry happening in the
No
world.
thanks. I'm gonna stick to the fantasy book over here. Okay.
Yes, because
so on my internet today, also it is nothing but heated rivalry. This show has taken over everything.
our lives.
You
thought Stranger Things was something big.
Oh,
that's another
right.
topic as well.
But not to say Stranger Things is humongous, and not to
Yes.
say that it's the same. But in the gay world, this is much bigger than Stranger Things. Literally, all the interviews, all the behind the scenes, the other audiobook that they did for the Ember and Ice, everything.
They're like today's new pop stars.
Yeah. They're like a boy band with no band. It's literally a pop duo that doesn't do music.
They're just
like just taken over. Also, Hudson's super charming. Connor is extremely sweet. Like the difference of him on the show, you would never think he's this Texas kid. It's just so sweet.
And then the other character is just the opposite of what he plays.
Oh my God, yeah. Shane, you think Shane is very timid and all that stuff, but then Connor is like the opposite. Always talking about his team not wanting him media trained, even though I think that's a strategy. I think it's a strategy. But honestly, again, I just think they're so charming.
Yes. On today's internet, there's a lot of heated rivalry going on, which will lead into our main topic of the day, which is heated rivalry.
So it's just going to be a heated rivalry episode, pretty much.
Yes, today is the cottage.
Yeah, well, I'm stuck. I'm still in the cottage. Okay, I'm still stuck there.
We have never left.
It is the cottage premiered on the 26th. I am that many days still in cottage recovery.
Yes.
Okay.
So really quick, if you don't know what this show is about, the show is called Heated Rivalry.
Mm-hmm. It's a brand new show on Crave and HBO Max.
Yes. And it follows the secret love of two competitive top tier hockey players. Okay. You have one character, Shane Hollander, and his rival, also his love in the
Ilya
show.
Rosanov.
Ilya Rosanov. And
I said it more Spanish than Russian, but okay.
Mm-hmm. They pretty much were rivals their whole career, growing up as young hockey players and then getting into the NHL professionally. They are like the biggest talk, the biggest rivalry.
Yeah.
And it gets real heated.
They're both candidates for Rookie of the Year. They're pretty much the cream of the crop, the best of the best. These are the number 1 and 2 players in the coming out of college.
Shane is from Canada.
Ilya is from Russia. And even in this, we follow how they fall in love.
Shane Hollander, he plays for the Montreal Voyageurs / Metros. Okay. And Ilya Rosanov, he plays for the Boston Bears, also known as the Raiders.
Okay.
And these are the two teams that is pretty much the highest ranked teams.
It's like the Lakers and the Celtics, right?
Pretty much, yep.
They're competitive about everything. And I love it throughout the whole thing. So yes, again, we follow their love story. It spans 10 years. So we go all the way from coming fresh out of college.
They're rookies.
Going into their rookie season. And then literally like episode 1, we cover 2-3 years or some shit like that. Like it's something crazy. It sounds crazy listening to it, like, what do you mean they cover a few years, like, in that span of an episode? But yeah, because if you think about it, they're rivals on a professional sports team. The sports, they don't see each other all the time. They have crazy schedules. They're going to see each other once in a while. And then for these two in the beginning specifically, they're not a couple right away. They're just not to be so vulgar, they're bump buddies, you know? Like, I don't want to say the F word, but they're bump buddies. Like, they're just there to do the do's and be done.
And before
it's
that,
not
they did not
until
even know each
Shane
other.
starts catching feelings, but they don't start catching feelings. Well, it depends, but in the show, it feels as if they don't start really catching feelings until like a year and a half, 2 years in, you know? Like, we know that there's some interest there and there's tension. We know there's a lot of that. But when they really make like the first move and like really show like they're actually interested in each other, that doesn't happen until like 2 years in. So yeah, there's going to be huge gaps of time, because in between that, I don't need to know what they're doing, honestly. Like, I want to know what matters with them too. Like,
Yeah. That's what made this so real for me,
I love
because
it.
I'm like, in real life, that's kind of how it really is. Like, thinking of,
In
like you
certain
said, their
aspects.
schedules, not being able to see each other because they're on these professional teams. It's not just like, oh, I'm up and moving.
We've done
and
it like
leaving.
when we've done 2 different tours, you know, like, or we were on the same tour and we had to break apart and
Yeah.
and work for weeks away from each other, you know, and put on the shows and do the things. And we would literally get a day, we pass each other for one day, we get to see each other for that one night, and then we got to wake up and split apart again and then go another 3 weeks without seeing each other. And then for us, it was kind of worse. It was kind of like that too, because not that we didn't have each other's phone numbers, but we were in China. We didn't have phones the first trip, so we couldn't text each other.
We were communicating through emails.
And we didn't have internet like that. It was hard, so we literally were just missing each other, not communicating, and just thinking about
Just
each other.
knowing the date of when we're
like,
gonna meet.
It's not hockey, but it's very much like that. And I could just imagine like how many young dancers are in that same situation today. You know, like, you know that there's young artists out here that are together, and one is on tour with Beyonce, one is on tour with Taylor Swift or something. You know, like they're on tour at 2 different times. They're on tour for 2 different lengths.
Sometimes
but they're
2
still
different
finding
years.
their ways to be together. You know, they're finding those moments that they can cherish to be together. Like, that's why, like, yes, there's fantasy elements to this, but depending, there's also very real life elements to this that feel like fantasy, but like for us, it really was that. Like, we, not only for us, but we know plenty of people that they're on tour and they have to leave their loved ones. You know, they have families back at home. They have full families, kids and all.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they're still out there going on tour and doing the thing. You know, so this is fantasy for many, and for most, and a majority maybe, yes, but there is a big sense of reality for others. You know, like, for other people, there's a sense of reality in this.
And such a positive message behind it, and like their lifestyle, what they do, and how they're portrayed.
Yeah, because they are the top of their field, and they're not letting, you know, they don't really let their relationship interfere with all of that. Not until much, 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 much later. But there's a sense of reality to that, because if the story is about our love and we're not together every single day and we're apart, then there's only so much that we could talk to each other and sext each other and all these things before it's like, all right, we good, and like, just get them together. No, for me, going through the time and feeling that they didn't talk to each other at all, I'm like, oh my God, when they see each other, it's going to be like fire.
Yeah.
Like, it's
spoiler,
like,
by the way.
No,
just
it's not spoilers. This
no,
is just
we
what
will be saying spoilers.
Oh, yes, there will be spoilers in this. Absolutely. We should have said that from the top. This is absolutely spoiler filled. Okay? Spoiler
Very much.
filled. Okay? So this is your spoiler warning. Too late, but still. There's so many podcasts that I love to see that are reacting to it. The straight people are the best. I love this. I love watching straight people reacting to this show. They watch us like it's National Geographics. It is the best.
They're just waiting to see what happens next.
And then
what is
and then there's certain
happen
kinds of viewers.
next?
There's certain kinds of straights that watch it. You have the aggressive kinds that they're like, I want the what was the guy from the Empty Netters? What was it? Whatever his name was. He said, I deserve the lake bang. Like, I deserve the lake bang. And like all like just the craziest things. It's literally they're watching it, and I don't really mean it like that, but it's so funny to watch because it's literally like it's National Geographic's. He's like, oh, I didn't know that gay guys could do this position in sex. Like, I didn't know that could happen.
Like, we ate a pill or something, and now all of a sudden we could do all these magical, crazy things.
Like, when it comes to that, there's not much that we can't do that the others do, you know. Anyways, in that sense, you know, not to get into it, but it's very funny to see these people's people's reactions to this. Now, kids, this is not a show for you
at all.
Okay, this is not for the lighthearted. This is not for the super conservatives. Mama, if you're conservative watching this, you better have a brown paper bag to breathe into next to you. Because in the first few minutes, it's intense, okay? So, kids, do not watch this. Stay away, okay? But for the rest of us, the adults in the room, it's amazing.
Like, when it first started, what caught you when this went off? Like, for me, when I first started watching it, I don't know what made me start watching it. And then
I just kept seeing
by the end of it, I was like, oh.
So we did not get into Heated Rivalry until episode 5 was already out. So pretty much,
yes, we
were late. We were like, technically we're late because there was 5 episodes already that had premiered, and I think we just
it
saw
was up everywhere.
It was
online.
up everywhere, and we were just like, let's just watch it.
It was on today's internet. It was
and
everywhere.
I was not ready for the first episode. I was not ready. I was not ready. I remember like clutching your pearls. Holy shit!
If I knew I was gonna be watching some rated stuff,
Mama, that was Cinemax After Dark.
Put the volume low.
Okay.
If you live with family,
because the way we have an 85-inch TV that was blasting, and we had no idea what was about to happen. We was not ready for what the fuck was about to happen.
It's like, you know, the kid movies where they like, I think it was Home Alone, where he put on the gunshots to make it sound like something was happening crazy inside the house. It was one of those moments, but
the opposite. This was every kid's worst nightmare. You know, every kid, you have that moment where you watching a video you're not supposed to be watching and it's on mute or something. This is every child's nightmare. When it started, the volume was at full mass. Okay.
Goodness.
Even though the first scene, it was the moment in the shower, it wasn't too intense with the sound.
When Elia
the bike on
Shane,
the bike,
they were in the shower. You're right. It started with the shower.
Well, first it started with the bike. All the breathing on the bike. Remember?
Oh, the exercise bike. Yes.
The workout. It was all breathing.
Even that alone, you cannot listen to and not think. The world I was not down.
prepared. I was not prepared because when they did the crotch shot, remember the first crotch shot that they did on Elia?
Oh, you got the details.
So they did the first crotch shot. I was like, oh, they're doing a very close up on his crotch. Like, whoa, like what's about to happen? Like, what kind of show? Like, how crazy is the show about to get? Cut to the next scene. There is an action happening. There's something there's a thing that goes on that men do to release some stress. You know, there's some things that, you know, that men do specifically.
Who's working out? His arm.
Yeah. It's a specific arm workout. A specific.
We get it, baby. Okay. We get
it. So, Elia does that to entice Shane, and at first Shane is like, I don't know. I wasn't ready for this scene. Not that they showed anything crazy. They showed the 2 butts, which were very pretty butts, very lovely butts. Love the butts. Then the JO scene happens, right? The JO scene happens.
Not the jail scene.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what the acronym for that means? Since you love an acronym.
What?
The JO. You know what that is?
Oh.
Yeah. So that happened, and then Ilya says, "Not now." or not here.
Do you remember the Instagram video I showed you of the grandma watching that shower scene?
Oh, yes.
And she was like, "Oh, it's so long. Why is his arm moving?
Why he all the way out there?
Why he all the way out there?"
So funny. The memes, the internet has been amazing with this show. Okay? Amazing. The reactions, the memes, everything has been fucking top notch.
I'm so surprised.
So many women. I can't believe the amount of women. Of course, the gays. The thing is with the gays is that we had to realize it was happening. We had to know. They had to put it in our faces. And then you still have those reluctant ones that they think, oh, it's just softcore porn. It is that episode 1 and 2. Absolutely. Episode 1 and 2, you're going to feel that. The end of episode 2 is when all of that goes away and changes. The end of episode. We'll get to it. But specifically, that feeling of that this is a softcore porn show, that whole feeling goes away for me at the end of episode 2. When Shane sends the text message that we didn't even kiss. The minute that text message is sent, it changes. I know, like, I was still wow.
Is it getting you
the way they show the scenes, like the intimacy scenes, are
it's something you can't write out. Like the way it was
but
written
it's done
out
beautifully
and done. Like it's I guess because it's very relative to when you experience these
especially
things.
For us.
Like only people that I feel go through this shit like understand and know what these actions are, when to say certain things. Like wow, y'all like hit it on the needle with that.
Yeah,
very much so. Where it made me think,
are
they really doing it? Filming? Like what the hell?
I was not ready for how much they showed of the things happening. Because usually in scenes you'll get the notion of what might be happening. Like what I mean is like something will happen in the scene that they'll let you know that is what's happening. Like you'll know if there's a blowjob happening. You'll know if there's something crazy. Like there'll be a shadow of something, or you'll hear a noise. No. Here, you heard the noise. You saw what was causing the noise. You saw their facial reactions, making a fully immersive experience that I wasn't ready for. Even as a grown man, a grown openly gay man for a very long time, I was clutching my pearls because I'm like, oh my God, like these are things that, like, as crazy and weird as it might sound, like these are the things that we keep private. Yeah. Like these are things that we keep private.
They were showing the in-betweens.
Yes.
That in-between section that usually movies shows,
they skip. Or they will skip specifically in a gay story. They'll never show the in-betweens in a gay story.
That made it really
There's been plenty of shows like this for straight people and movies.
You're so right.
Which, like, I'm sorry, True Blood. I don't know if you remember that show, the show True Blood.
The vampires.
Mama, that was an orgy every other episode. And they were just as graphic, just as everything, and it was co-ed. And they were just as graphic and just as intense. But even for myself, I did find myself clutching my pearls, my fake pearls, in the beginning, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is on regular TV. Like, this was Cinemax After Dark. This was
thinking about it.
The thing.
The silence of these
episode
scenes.
2 and 3 changes all of that.
The silence of when they're like really into it with each other.
Oh yeah. I want the song. Jacob Tierney, the creator, director, writer of the show, Rachel Reed, Peter, the composer. I need ejected into my veins immediately the song of the first penetration. Okay? That's what I'm calling it.
It needs to be titled that.
That's what I'm calling it. The song of the first penetration.
I have in my notes, penetration.
Okay. That is the Where Are We song that is happening when they first meet each other to have like true intimate
and
like,
this situation
intercourse.
Is kind of viral. Everyone's looking for this song.
That song. I need it immediately. It's nowhere on the internet. I have scoured. I've checked the Reddits. Everyone wants it.
Shazam goes to a random artist.
Jacob did a interview, And he spoke about that song specifically. And he was like, we know people want it. Like, everyone, da-da-da. Yes, we need the freaking song.
I could imagine
I
the
need
messages.
that song. It's so good.
For something so, like,
But
this song.
That's something that I love with the show, too, is the music in the show. Like, we'll get back to the episodes. I know we only got to episode 1 and everything like that.
No, yeah. We pretty much covered episode 1.
Like, no, we missed a lot. Like, there was a lot, you know.
Oof, yeah.
We didn't even get to we got to the shower scene. We didn't even get to after the shower scene, the moment in the locker, Shane trying to play the hard to get that he doesn't want it. And then, what's your room number? And he's like, he gives him 1410 or whatever. And then he goes, what happens if I'll come and knock or whatever at 9 o'clock? Whatever. He goes, I might open. And he goes, I might knock. And then we cut into Sea Lion, the song Sea Lion by Feist, who I love. And Shane's up there freaking out, trying to get ready, get himself prepared. He puts on a full suit. A full suit and tie for a hookup. For a grinder hookup, he put on a full suit and tie.
These are what the athletes are doing.
This is commitment to a new level. I'm glad he talked himself out of it and said, what the fuck are you doing? Because I said, what the fuck are you doing? I said that. But I'm glad he caught himself. Yes. Okay. Also, we learned, not that we learned, but in the books we know that Shane is on the spectrum. So this moment, him putting on a full suit and then realizing very on brand, very on the nose, love it. So good. And then cut to Elia running into Shane's mom at the elevator. And the up and down thing.
That's what I love about rewatching this.
So good.
Because you now know.
You got all the details.
Oh, that's the mom.
The initial shock wears off.
Yes.
Because the initial shock from the sex scenes, my God. Ooh. It's hard to get through an episode sometimes. Yeah. You know, especially if you're watching it with somebody, all those things. Because the emotions, it riles up.
The love story to me, without all the sex scenes, I feel like anyone of any age could watch this.
I love it.
And feel the love and see the love
in the
show. That's why
the sex of it, the smut of it is what they call it. All that stuff is what entices you in. But that's what I was saying, the end of episode 2, all of that changes. All of that changes at the end of episode 2. All of it. Because we get steamy hot sex all the way through. We get all, we get the crazy, we get the booty getting eaten out. We get all of that. We get all of it.
And it was, what episode was it? 2?
Episode 2,
where Ilya, he turned Shane over. At first he had him down on his back and Ilya was on top, so Shane was down on the bed. And then
I want to say that's still episode 1, because remember that's when that's what the hookup next to Scott Hunter, because they go to the All-Star game. They do the thing.
Oh my goodness, I'm jumping. Yeah,
because this is still the rookie season.
Oh,
and episode 1. So Scott, think about how much happens in episode 1. Episode 1 ends at the Rookie of the Year ceremony on the roof. Remember?
Yes.
So they go through. Yes. They go through the All-Stars. They go through the challenge. They go through the thing next to Scott and Hunter's room.
You are so correct.
Because Scott and Hunter's room is when they first plan. That's when Ilya first wants to do with Shane. But Shane is like, I'm not doing that next to Scott Hunter. So they plan to do it 2 weeks later, right? They plan to do it 2 weeks later, but then the weather doesn't let it happen. So then they have to wait. And then they finally meet up to do it. And they're in Montreal. Oh. Did you know right away that Scott Hunter was gay? I knew right away. From the first sentence that Scott Hunter says in his introduction to this show, I knew either was gay. Right. I knew either he was gay or he knew that they were gay.
That exactly. Because he says something about he wasn't
good shooting, Rook. He said good shooting, Rook. And he said that after Ilya skated by, not secretly, and gave him the room number.
The way these scenes were set up.
The way he looked at him and was like, good shooting, Rook. I'm like, oh, not only is Scott gay, he knows that Ilya thing. And then a little spoiler, in the book. So as you know, the whole thing is based on a book from Rachel Reed. Book 1 is Scott Hunter's story, which is episode 3. That's book 1. When you go deeper into it, that night that Shane was nervous of being caught.
Because Scott Hunter was Ilya's neighbor at this moment.
he did see them.
Wow.
And he talks about it from his point of view in the book.
Yes.
And it is so good. It is so good. It is so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Because it also
I always
shows
said
you,
that too after rewatching it.
It also shows you that, like, yes, he was gay. Because obviously we're reading his story. We know he's gay.
Yeah.
But he kept their secret all this time. And when they told him, never mind, that's spoilers more, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
But what I love about this is that reading the books compared to the story, like, you get so much more insights, which I love. Mm-hmm. And like, when I first saw Scott, I did think something was up. Now, the thing that makes this interesting,
I thought Scott was going to walk in on them. Trauma everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought Scott was going to catch him. I just thought everywhere they were going to get caught.
And even when Shane was leaving, it was like check, make sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was so obvious that, like, oh, someone's going to be right there. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, nothing happened. And I'm like, but if you read the books, there's a little more detail.
Oh, yeah. It was after All Stars, they hook up next, and they're next to Scott Hunter, right? So that's when Ilya first wants to do the penetrations dance, right? That's when he first wants to go for it. And Shane is like, I'm not doing that next to Scott Hunter.
He didn't want to be too loud. He knows it's about to go down.
He knows. This is why I love Shane, right? They don't emphasize this in the show. They talk about meeting up to... He's not going to do it there at the hotel because Scott Hunter is there. So they plan to do it 2 weeks later. Shane is still freaking out.
The wait time.
Shane's still freaking out about the details in this. How are we going to meet up? How are we going to do this? And now they finally exchange phone numbers. And they give each other nicknames. We get Lily and Jane. Lily is Ilya and Jane is Shane, which is so cute. Now we get a cute montage. I forget what song it is. But now we get a cute montage with a whole bunch of text messages going back and forth between Lily and Jane. Then we meet... This is where, in this montage, we meet Svetlana. She surprises Ilya out of nowhere. We go to Ilya's house after the All-Star hookup and everything, and he's there with Svetlana. We meet Svetlana. We find out that we have an idea that she kind of knows, but we also get now we know fully that Ilya is bisexual.
Yeah, I was confused with her. At first, I did not know. The story got me. I must have watched it at a time. It was so good. Like, I was just interested in it, but then also still, like, trying to figure out what's happening. I'm like, she's fine with this. Like, it's kind of crazy.
For me, she doesn't know about the relationship, but she knows about Ilya. Like, in my head, she doesn't know anything like that. Like, she just, like, maybe she knows that he's been into guys, because we know that later on or whatever, right? But she's fine with it. Like, she still hooks up with him. She still does the things with him. You know, like, they hooked up on the kitchen table there. Like, hello. That's all we can assume that happened. Then after that, so we get that montage. The text messages are happening. They go to Rookie of the Year. They have their big fight. Oh my God, so much happened in episode 1. Shane wins Rookie of the Year.
Ilya's mad.
Ilya's mad. He goes upstairs. He has to go back home to Russia. Shane is confused. He has no idea. He's like,
what? You were just loving me so much,
right? And now you couldn't even show up just because I won. Like, what's happening? And then that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2, training happening. Your song,
"Get Lost Forever."
Yes, the "Get Lost Forever." That's not what it's called, but it's that song.
That is my song. So yeah, that happens because the second song of that, which I love, this episode, Olympians, episode 2. Yes, it really makes me love to just listen to it, even though there's a lot of text messaging happening.
There's a lot of good songs in episode 2.
There's a lot of good songs. The beginning is a lot of the training of what you said. It makes me just, since I've seen it so many times, like everyone in the world, I just love to listen to it and hear it.
Well, yeah, in episode 2, it's episode 2 is the first penetration.
Oh, that's penetration.
Yeah, it's the first penetration. Yeah,
we just love to bring it up.
So going back to it though, again, it wasn't said in the show. I must have said it 3 times trying to get this point now. But in order for Shane is so freaked out about this hookup, his first hookup, like his first penetration with Ilya, that he buys an entire building
Yes.
for them to hook up in. An entire
That
building.
just shows the level of
A
ranking
building.
they are. A fucking whole building.
A whole building with multiple apartments in it and everything, and he just bought the whole thing so that they could hook up and be private, and Shane would not have the opportunity to get caught.
But that's what I love about like
Insanity.
It's so
Insanity.
inspiring in different ways. Like,
So good.
that's that. But like,
So good.
ooh, how? Like, I want a building. I want to own a whole fucking building so I can
Listen,
be like,
that's
baby,
the fantasy of it,
let's
right?
go.
Not the fantasy, but that's the fantastical aspect of it. Like, yeah, I'm so rich, and I'm gonna keep our hookup so secret that I'm gonna buy a building for us to hook up into. And then I don't know if you caught it in the show, he also owns the building right next to the building that he just bought. So he owns both of the buildings, and he's talking about possibly like combining the two buildings. But then he's like, he's renting out the other one. Just insanity.
Stunting on us.
Then
I love it.
Then we
And it's so normal for Ilya. That's their world.
Oh no, Ilya starts busting his balls right away about the real estate.
Oh yes,
right away
yes.
he's like, oh, like he's like, damn, you know.
You
And
own the
Shane goes
buildings.
right away into his Mr. Real Estate, Mr. Landlord, as Ilya said. They're so cute in Ilya's thing. First of all, totally forgot, we got to go back when he buys the building, right? And then he opens the door, and Ilya with the funniest face, he goes, "You will murder me."
Yes. Right before he went in. Yep.
So good. He's
Yep.
like, "You will murder me." I'm like, "Bitch." And Shane is like, "Yeah, maybe." Absolutely. I'm
If you don't
Shane
hurry
all
up
the
and get in
way.
this building, yep.
I'm both of them, but I'm absolutely Shane.
Oh, and the
I'm
scene
trying to
right
see-
when they get in the building
Yes.
is so cute.
And then, because before that, they're playing a game against each other, and Ilya he sends like a sexy message to Shane and makes him hard the whole game. And Shane's pissed. So the first thing he does, he pushes Ilya against the wall and goes, "What the fuck? Why are you sexing me before a game?"
Yes.
And Ilya is so fucking cute here. I fucking love Ilya in this game. He goes, "Aw, were you hard the whole game? How long were you hard? The whole game?" And then he goes, "Shut the fuck up, I was not." And he goes, "Oh, you missed me." And then Shane goes, "No, I didn't." Right away, I was like, "Oh, Shane's falling."
Yeah.
That
Yep.
climb up the stairs, I'm like, "Oh, Shane's falling. Shane is falling for him." They haven't even done the first penetration and he's already falling.
It's crazy because, yeah, they show that
Running
so
up
obviously.
the stairs is when I felt it. That little competitive race up the stairs
so small, but it shows
right before
so
we
much.
go into so good. Then they get into the apartment. They go into the bathroom. They go into the bedroom. All the pillows on the bed. So good.
Yeah.
And then the amazing song starts, which I'm pretty sure is composed by Peter. That again, Jacob Tierney. We need that right away. We need it right away. We need that song right away. First penetration happens. Boom. We go downstairs with the sweetest, like, separating scene. You know, like after a hookup, you're downstairs waiting with your partner to like for their cab and stuff like that. Ilya's an asshole. He really is. Cause he's like, oh, Shane's like, okay, so we're not going to see each other at the Olympics. You know, it's in Russia, all these things. There's all these things that happen, whatever. Out of nowhere, Ilya brings up, like, oh, do you remember the trick when I made you come without touching yourself? Like, what?
He's a sex
What?
head. My goodness.
And then after that, like, you are a demon. Because after that, then you give the sweetest kiss on this planet. Like, because even though Shane is annoyed at the answer, the way he comes in for the kiss and gives him the kiss, Shane turns into a puddle after that. Like, if you watch the acting in that, Shane turns into a puddle after that kiss. He's he's like, fuck, like, he's a full puddle after that. He breathes hard into the stair and everything. Like, he does the most. Shane is fully into it. Now we're in Russia. Honestly, this whole segment, it was cool. It was fun. We got to see Shane interact with different people and stuff like that. But then we got back to the goods. Shane sees Ilya at the top. Ilya's pissed off. So Ilya, I don't know. Did you pick up that Ilya lost?
And that's when his dad was like, oh, you always, as a boy, you've been this way and just losing whatever. But that's when we also get introduced that his dad has dementia.
Yeah, we like,
because he's like
and not even
forgetting stuff.
Something's happening. Yeah, we know
something's
like
up. It makes me realize and understand more of Ilya.
First of all, it's been 6 months that they haven't spoken. Craziness. Oh well, it's in between of the 6 months. They haven't spoken for months at this point, and Shane did text Ilya, but Ilya never responded to the message. So literally, it's been months that they haven't spoken. So the first penetration happens, and then there's no talking. He hates him. I'd be devastated.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking roller coaster. The roller coaster.
And to think that Ilya, he's fine with, like, he's so in control of this situation that he just, without even saying it, he knows, I got Shane. I got Shane still.
Oh, we also learned that Ilya and Svetlana have been friends for a very long time, because Svetlana's dad is talking to Ilya's dad, and she comes and interrupts them and takes Shane from them. And, he's like, oh, they've been like that since they were kids. Mm-hmm. The only one to not control, but the only one to get Ilya in that way is Svetlana.
Which is beautiful.
I love. So then I'm so happy that Ilya did not do anything with Sasha. I thought he was going to do something with Sasha.
Oh, yes. I would have been so heartbroken.
I would have been so heartbroken. Like, Shane is there. He's texting you. You're ignoring him on purpose. But he's still there, damn it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that he told Sasha no and to stop and everything. Then after that, Ilya wins the Stanley Cup. Mm-hmm. Shane is super proud. Has a proud boyfriend moment. Tear in his eyes. But also like,
he still has to hate him.
Yeah, like, fuck, like, because
public.
he still wants that himself as well. And
he
wants that
personally. Yeah,
he's competitive. This is still a rivalry.
And I've always heard that too. It's so funny where it's like, I've heard couples talk about being honest with each other and saying how we have to say, do you love me more than you love your passion or career, or vice versa? And in this show, it shows a lot of that, where it's like, I love you so much, like, it's so hard to choose between you or the sport. But I feel like there are different views on it of how they feel about that.
I think that's what I love about this show too, because that's also something like, yes, this in this world, the environment is the environment of two famous hockey players in a famous hockey league that fell in love behind the scenes and that same story could be put to two entry-level employees at a startup company.
I agree.
And they didn't even know each other existed, but fall madly in love at this startup company. And there's trials and tribulations because they work at the same company. There's things that they have to keep from other, the same way that they have to do. It could apply to so many things.
Very comparable to our story.
Yeah, it's very comparable to ours. And we know many dancers.
Yeah.
Maybe that did not last as long as we have, but that have similar stories in that with a significant other of theirs.
And just like this show, it's a story. So it's not like when you see someone that's lasted for so long, you're like, oh, it's been fairy tales the whole time. Like, no. People last because they go through so many different trials,
through the darkest moments,
mountains, and different things with each other. So to be able to claim and still say to the world, this is my person, it's a big thing. And for them, they're going through all of this. Their whole entire professional career
is under a microscope. Yep. And they're doing it behind the scenes, and they're having to go through this. So we leave Russia, right? We're out of Russia. We're back at the awards ceremony. One of them is up for MVP, and then we get the big fight in the bathroom. The scene in the bathroom, I knew for immediately that Shane was really...
He was in.
It was in.
He was sucked
at the
in.
stairs. At the stairs, running up the stairs, he had fallen in love, and he was a puddle after that. But this scene right here, I'm like, oh.
The way that he let Ilya...
There's serious things because...
Control.
Yes. First of all, imagine me putting you in a room, cussing you out, and then you throw everything sideways, and I lose control of myself because you say, I ask you, what do you want from me? I want you to suck my dick. In real life, that answer probably would have made me choke you.
This would have been a whole nother show.
It would have turned into Bad Girls Club.
Like, what?
It would have turned into Bad Girls Club immediately. But the fantasticalness and Elia's swag, Shane just loses himself. And I was mad at Shane for this. I was. Because he goes, please. And he, like, you see him fighting it back. And I'm like, Shane, don't give in. Shane, don't give in.
Like, you
and
don't
then
really
he comes
need it that
up,
much.
and then, like, with a pouty ass mouth. And then with those tears in his eyes, the please. And then, if you want me to get on my knees on this dirty, the whole thing. I'm like, Shane, no. But also, at the same time, I'm like, Shane, I get it. I get it. No. I don't want you to do this. But fuck, I get it. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Like, why would you, yeah.
Why would you do this? But I understand why you gotta do it, damn it.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then, first of all, Elia needs to stop making deals. Elia out here making deals. He does it throughout the whole season. This is the first time we see Elia making deals.
Oh, with Shane.
With Shane. Whoever wins. And again, but the thing is, what I love, we only get a little bit of this in the show. But in the book, they are constantly, if I win this, you're bottoming this. If I win this, you're doing that.
Rewards.
If I win this, you do that.
For what happens.
The competitive rivalry is there, and they're constantly going at each other. Constantly. So, again,
I feel like it's more new to Shane than it is.
He needs to stop making deals.
Like, Elia, yeah, he's out here.
If I'm Shane and Delia tries to make a deal with me, no, stop. No fair. I'm going to lose every time. Because I lose every time.
For me, the perspective I got off of Elia is that he's such a bad boy. Like, he's going to do something bad to you. He's going to hurt your heart. Yes, like, he's just playing you. Why are you falling for this person that's beautiful all on the outside? And he's just treating you like shit. But then even as you get to like after episode 2, like you still see this soft side of Elia where you're like, oh no, like something's a little innocent. There's something there.
He wants
of
to
love.
do this. He wants to feel soft and fluffy. But he
like
can't.
him not doing anything with Sasha when we was introduced to that character.
That's
made
how
me
I knew.
Feel
I'm like,
oh,
he started to really like Shane because he easily could have had a moment there. Cut to Shane walking in after the award ceremony, and we find out that Shane has lost because he had to say congratulations to Elia. And not 2 seconds in, Elia says, "Take your clothes off."
That's what he wanted.
Listen,
that's all he was waiting for. He said,
"In that moment,
you are amazing,
in
but
that
I
moment
love
in time,
you."
I'm Elia. In that moment in time, I'm Elia. I'm like, yes, like now." It's what I want. Let's go. Like, it's time. Let's do this. So, Elia wins. The deal is Elia wants to watch Shane pleasure himself. That's what he wants to watch. So, he pleasures himself. And then we get a very intense moment. The I need you and all that stuff. You know, at first, Shane is reluctant to say it. Then he says it and everything. But then I didn't realize this until after. This is the texting and the greatness of Hudson and the acting and everything. Because, yes, they have an amazing sex scene. It's super intense. It's everything. Obviously, again, Elia won. So he's going to demolish Shane. Okay?
Wait. So,
yes.
The cutoff. The scene.
This is why I feel like in the beginning, I'm Elia. But then once I realized that this is what was happening is that, so after they have sex, Elia is distant. He's like cut off. Like, he just wants to fuck and be done. Like, he doesn't want the in between. He doesn't want the cuddles afterwards.
Yeah, so I agree. He was not invested in that.
He wasn't doing it like that. Yeah, and at this point, Shane is already like I like you enough to like heels. I want to know about you. I want to know, like, why can't you go to Russia? Why is Russia a problem? Like, all these things. Even though Russia, you should know why Russia's a problem, Shane. You should know. Like, you should know. And then the end of the episode for me is the killer. This is where for me the whole series changes. This is when the show becomes a real show. When Shane gets in the elevator after the hookup, he tries to say goodbye. He, like, hey, I'm leaving. Elia does not leave the room. By Hollander, like, doesn't even, like, it's just so dry. Cold and distant and dry. Like, If I'm Shane, I feel very used.
Yeah.
I feel very used. Like, bitch,
Yep.
I just got fucked out for no reason. Like,
Yep.
nothing. They just yacked me for no reason.
Yep.
But then, like, again, the show changes because the text message is written, we didn't even kiss. And I'm heartbroken. I am heartbroken. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm pissed off at Elia now. How could you do this to my girl? Shane is my girl. What? I'm pissed. Now, we have a very special story about episode 3 when it comes to my lovely partner, CJ and I.
Yeah.
We didn't watch it in order.
With the shenanigans of everything. I guess it was so much for us just being so excited and seeing this. We actually skipped over episode 3 and ended up watching it after episode 5. So we watched episode 3.
4 and 5. Then we went back to 3.
Yes.
That is the way our order goes, because
So
that's
we
how we
saw
watch
the whole
show.
Elia and Shane story first, then realized we skipped Scott and Kip.
And I realized that we skipped an episode because I'm online and everyone is talking about Kip and Scott Hunter. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I had already seen episode 5. I'm there. I get it. But I'm seeing scenes of Scott and Kip hooking up. I'm like, wait, I've never seen this scene.
I think you said something to me where I saw there's a scene we missed. Like,
I'm like, CJ, did we miss an episode? Because what? I'm seeing 2 guys that are not Elia and Shane hooking up. There's 2 guys that are not Elia and Shane hooking up. I think we missed an episode.
And remember, we were like, oh, we thought something of this guy.
But
like, we thought.
I'm not gonna lie. I am so glad that we did end up watching it that way, because episode 3 was exactly what you needed to cleanse the palate of that thing that this whole thing is only going to be about smutty, sexy, like gay porn.
Exactly.
Like, because episode 3 from beginning to end, you get a full story that is completely different and completely separate,
exactly,
but in the same world of Elia and Shane. Theirs is a little bit more wholesome. Scott and Kip, they meet,
it's more of a lumberjack kind of story. I would say
it's very like how they said they wanted it to be like a romantic comedy. It was very that. I thought it was such a great episode. I loved everything about it. For me, the episode for me is much better for Scott the character, because I could tell you, reading the book, Scott the character, for me, the book, he is the exact kind of a gay man that I'm annoyed with, because I understand being in the closet. We've all done that. We've all done it. The selfishness consistently, and again, you don't feel it as severely in the show. The show does a really good job keeping it balanced, because the thing is, the show does take all of book 1 and make it into a 1-hour episode. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff that happens, the big moments that happen in book 1 happen in the show.
What I think helps when it comes to the time jumps and the time skips, making whatever happened in a book come onto like screen more easier to do. Because you can hit those moments like of what's being said in the book, because there's so much detail that happens in the book that they portray it really good on screen.
Yeah, so well.
And it's like, how did you cover so much of this? It's like small things that make you watch the show over that are in the book, that it's like, I'm watching this and now you're having that in your brain where you're like, oh, yes, okay. Shane, for instance, like, he is on the spectrum, and you having that knowledge behind yourself reading the book and then watching the show, it's like you feel even more rewatching it, if you watch the show first and then read the book myself.
No, I agree with you. Again, the first time watching the show, the first initial watch through, I love how we decided to watch it.
Yes.
We relate to it, but we decided to do 1 episode a night for the week.
One episode a night for
the week. It was hard to do, but we did it. And I'm so glad we did, because it was exciting. It was fun every day. It was, getting to watch it. but also realizing that it was releasing on a weekly basis, like the old old
way
school TV shows
would normally used to be.
I think the show benefited from that as well, because every week, again, we were late to the show, but going back and looking back on it, because now we're caught up. Oh, every week there was full discussions, full breakdowns, full everything happening, full comparisons, everything. And it was so good, and it was so on the nose, it was so spot on, that it just helped push the story along for us, and it made it even more exciting. Now, no, okay, episode 5 comes out. Holy shit! Episode 6, we're going to the cottage. Like, we haven't even gotten there, but that was such a moment for us and everything.
Yeah,
Again,
so we actually watched episode 3 before
we did
episode
1,
came out.
2, 4, 5, 6,
3.
Oh yeah, 1, 2,
3,
4, 5, 3, 6.
Yeah.
But
and
I loved it. I loved it.
Like, in my head,
It was
if
such
it
the
aired
break
that
we
way,
needed.
I would have loved that as well.
No. I think I disagree there, because I think if we would have went right into episode 4, because that's the tune 'em out scene. There so much happens in episode 4 that is so important to the love story of Shane and Elia, that I think if we would have gotten all of it, we would have gotten overwhelmed by it.
I agree.
Because then we get
agree.
It's another super intense sex scene that ends negatively again, because Shane runs away. So like, this was the perfect break, because for me, watching it now, when I watch it in order, I'm watching episode 3 and I miss Shane and Elia. I can't wait for episode 4 to start so I can go back into that story.
Into them, yeah.
I'm excited, and I think that was a really good thing that helped the show, because then again, they told another sexy story, but this one, I think they had one real sex scene where you saw them going at it. There was another one where they alluded to them, they were going to have sex, but it cut to another regular acting scene. This one, there was a lot more just regular development of the relationship, of the shows, of the characters.
And another POV of, like, other gay characters in this world, where, like, we always talk about Kip's relationship with his dad.
Love.
How, like, he was so supportive.
So
the
sweet.
dad of Kip was very supportive of Kip. And that's not something you normally see in gay stories, and
that's what I love.
It's touching.
I agree. That's one of the things that I love. Jacob said this about Rachel. Like, the reason they did this specifically is that they wanted to put out queer joy. Because
I love that.
Anytime we get anything in media about gayness or queerness, 100%, there is a super traumatic, devastating event that happens.
Fails.
It never fails. It is like just something so catastrophic that your heart just breaks, because it's like, wow, this person has to suffer all of this just because they want to love who they want to love. It's nobody's business. What they choose to do in the privacy of their bedroom is no one's business. But they have to suffer through all of this. Like, just in order for that to possibly happen. And then 9 times out of 10, they suffer through all of it and don't even get what they were trying to get in the long run, at the end of it. They end up having to either settle or just be okay with something else having happened, and well, this is life and that's what it is. Which, yes, those could be realistically based in stuff, yes, but what is wrong with, hey, here is a fantastically positive story about 2 guys, about a love story that just happens to be about 2 guys, because again, you could take this exact same premise and put it to any work environment of any gender. It could be 2 women. It could be a guy and a girl. they could still be heated rivals.
Yeah.
A woman and a man could still be heated rivals. If they're going up for the same position in the company, if they both want that management spot, they're heated rivals. Mm-hmm. It's a man and a woman. They're fighting for that spot. They could easily fall in love the way Elia and Shane did.
Yeah.
And then they could have to go through the same thing again that Elia and Shane did, just in this environment. That's what I love so much about it. But what I love the most is that it is queer joy. Like, again, not to say we're in episode 3. I'm still waiting for something catastrophic to happen. I'm waiting for them to get caught up. I'm waiting for them to get kicked off of their teams. I'm waiting for their parents to disown them. I'm waiting for their teammates to fucking treat them like trash and throw them and piss on them. I'm waiting for these things because this is what I'm used to happening. Because all of this, everything, as much as my heart breaks at the end of season 2, because now I'm emotionally involved. Episode 2.
Oh, episode 2.
In episode 2. Now I'm emotionally involved because Shane took it out of that sex only thing and now he made it like my emotions are involved. I actually am falling for you. We didn't kiss. Like, fuck. Like, oh shit, that takes away all the smutty sexiness. Not takes away it doesn't take it away, but it makes it so, it makes the stakes so much more. Like, now those actually mean something. To Elia, they mean like, oh, we're just having sex, but they actually mean something to Shane.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that happen, and we're starting to see that it actually does mean something to Elia. He just doesn't think he can have that. You know, so
or I probably just never knew.
I love episode 3 because it was the break that we needed. It was the exact break of the show that we needed,
and it related
to tell another queer story.
I feel like it related,
and it was more realistic.
Yeah,
because yes. The reason it was more realistic, I think, was the fact that Kip was a normal person.
Yeah.
And Scott is the hockey player. So Scott...
He's in the celebrity limelight of everything.
And he's falling for a barista.
Life. Yeah.
You know? So that's why it feels a little bit more relatable. The other reason I think people say it's more relatable is because the sex wasn't as intense and wasn't as uncomfortable as the other 2 episodes for us, for people.
Well, I can say personally, from my life, I can relate to both.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's I definitely think it's realistic in the sense of what we saw with Shane and Elia, you know, and with Kip and Scott. So yeah, that's
the thing is that Kip and Scott is the more palatable relationship for more people. Like, if you watch a lot of the straight people, their favorite episode before episode 5 was episode 3. And they'll give you all these random reasons and all these things. But for me, honestly, the reality of it is that there was less intense gay sex. So you were able to watch it more without being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know why I say that? Because when I have to sit there and watch Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton and Monster have sex, I'm completely uncomfortable.
Yep. I'm relate.
Completely uncomfortable. When I have to sit there and watch these people on True Blood doing their sex scenes, I'm just as uncomfortable watching them as they would be watching 2 men having sex.
And that's totally fine. Yep.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, because that is the thing. Like, so,
and it feels good to see and have...
Me, and I could be wrong.
Someone that I would feel good.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, and that's okay.
And the thing is, I don't think you're wrong. I just think that that's how it's been programmed and said to people. You know, when we have sex, when someone that's gay have sex, or does anything emotionally together, or in that sense, again, it's uncomfortable. Yeah. You know, like. But
again. Any money bet if this show was 2 women and the scenes were just as intense,
that's more accepted.
The men would be up, like let me be in the middle of that and
see what's happening.
It would be all of that. It would be all of that. So again, I know the reason not everyone, the reason a lot of straight men love episode 3 is because it is the first time that they get to watch the show without being so uncomfortable. Because
I can agree.
They're watching it like it's National Geographic's.
Yeah, we're
You know,
fucking aliens.
So for me, I love I love episode 3. I do. I thought it's very cute. I thought it's very sweet. I love that it's a full story from beginning to end.
I do love the aspect of them showing how, you know, there's only one person that's in the limelight, where it's like, you know, the other one, Kip, he's more open on being out in public and showing his life ways because he's out. And for Hunter, you know, he's pretty much the same status as Elia and Shane, but it's just him liking some outside person.
Yeah.
Do we ever in the show know that Hunter told people in his team or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
In Hunter's life, in the show, nobody knows.
Okay.
The only ones that know are the people in Kip's life, specifically Elena.
That's what I wanted to touch on too. The girls in this episode.
Elena, the best. The women in this show. Episode 1, we meet Svetlana. Episode 2, we meet episode 3, we meet Elena. Okay? Episode 4, we're going to meet another iconic woman. Okay? Episode 4, another iconic, so important woman to this story. So what were some of your favorite aspects of episode 3? Let's just say that, because I don't really want to do a full deep dive of episode 3, but...
So my favorite moments of episode 3, honestly, was seeing that Hunter was actually sweet and kind to Kip, being that this was a secret. Even though Hunter had his moments, like at that art gallery where he was freaking out, they made it a thing, and it was obvious that Scott Hunter did not want to be in public. He was terrified, tweaking, and he could not stand being outside with him in public. But anytime they were alone, it wasn't like this attitude that all of a sudden came over him. How he was in public was still inside. No, like he was loving. He wanted to do all the home hubby things with Kip, and at first it seemed a little weird because Kip was so down with it, and I'm like, okay, like, is this gonna backfire? Like, going back to the feeling of something bad is gonna happen. Like, Kip did not get mistreated in any way. If anything, Kip was the one that's like, I'm out of this. Like, I don't want to deal with this right now because you're not ready for this. But yes, my favorite part, I would say, in this episode, or my favorite thing of this episode, is just seeing the treatment they got, where it was still all positive. There was nothing that I felt I couldn't watch because it was a bad look or it made someone look bad. So the love that they got within this episode that led on to what happens in episode 5 is what I loved about this. How about you?
My favorite part of episode 3 was Elena getting to Scott. That is my favorite part of episode 3. Elena doing what she needed to do as as Kip's best friend. I'm not going to say the word, what I always have to say, but being that to him, being that support system to him was my favorite thing in episode 3, because at that point, I'm annoyed with Scott.
Yeah.
And then for you to sit here and look at me in my face after you see, okay, we went to this event. My best friend said this thing to you. We're going to be talking about my birthday, and you're going to tell me in a few years you might be able to spend my birthday with me?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm checking out.
Especially since Kip is already out. Like, he knows his life already.
I'm checking out. And I don't care. I don't care that you have $1 million, $1 bajillion. I don't care that you can take care of everything for me and my family for the next 4 generations. I don't care.
Because typically in a show, I feel like they would put, okay, I'm chasing you, or like, no. They were like,
in a regular show, Skip would stay around because he would be afraid of losing the fight. Like, on a regular show, the fact that Kip was like, you know what? I miss my dad. I miss my friends. I miss my family. I want to be able to tell one of my friends that I'm madly in love with someone. Like, yeah, I'm totally team I'm
I
totally
did love
team. I'm totally team that.
totally Team Kip.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I also love how like when Kip revealed to Scott how many people he told, he was like, I only told. Did he only tell his best friend Elena that I only told this one? Like they know about him. Or
Oh,
am
he
I
was saying
wrong?
that they know that you buy juices from me. Because he was like, some of my friends, because he was inviting him to the birthday. And he was like, my friends know about you already. And then Scott's face got real panicked and crazy. Like, what do you mean they know about me? And he had to clarify, they know that you buy smoothies
Okay,
from me.
that's what it was. Okay.
I'm over it at that moment. What the fuck? I can't even talk to you now. Cause anything you're gonna think that I'm over here trying to sabotage you and force you to come out the closet. No. But I also don't want to live. I don't want to continue to live and to continue to keep doing this thing where I'm your secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, I don't know. Like, there might be some people out there that they're okay with that. I'm sure there are. I know there are, because I know for a fact that there are gay athletes now with a gay partner who they are in secret, and they're fine with what they're doing. They're totally fine. They're totally happy. Hudson even confirmed it. Okay,
Listen, yes, the actor.
they already confirmed it, but I still like. Again, I do feel bad for those people. My heart hurts for those people. I also know that when those people come out the closet, then I could be a part of that world for them. Until then, I know my place. I need to stay away.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to make nobody uncomfortable. And if I know you're uncomfortable around me, I'm uncomfortable around you. So let's save both of us. And we could be around each other when we're comfortable. And we're good. Until then, mama, we stay on our separate planes.
This is what Shane
Not a
Hudson
problem.
does to somebody. This is what you did, Shane. Whoa, Shane. I'm thinking about Shane. I mean Scott. It's the S's.
Yep.
Mr. Hudson.
So then, all right. So that's kind of episode 3. Now, oh my God, episode 4. This is when it all starts going on. This is when it really starts happening. This is when the shenanigans are pulled and the things are had. Okay.
It's so funny because episode 4, I do remember when I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it really just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of things that happens. Everything from the club scene to getting introduced to Rose, which is Shane's girlfriend at a certain point. The way he's introduced to her. I love... Okay, so in episode 4, we do get introduced to Rose. But
before we get there, let's go through the episode.
Okay, yeah, we can start because I'm excited. And I just love how... Rose. What happened in that episode, how you're introduced to her, is what I expected from the dramatic sense of the show beforehand. Okay. So like they'll give the cliff notes or the foreshadowing of something happening. When it came to Rose, they really like stuck to that, where the bartender had told Shane when he went to the bar, "Oh, did you hear Rose is here?" Yeah. The famous actress. Then not too long after that, he gets introduced to her. Yeah. That was the one part of the show, of this episode, where I'm like, it stuck to that point of anticipation where we're always like, something dramatic is going to happen, like this is going to happen, and that happened, and it wasn't nothing dramatic, which I love.
But this is where I would say, because okay, so the last time we see the guys, Ilya and Shane just finished sending that devastating text messages. We didn't even kiss after the MVP awards. After that happened, we didn't even kiss. So now we see them and we get to them. It's just they're working out. They're getting ready for a new season. But they're not really talking. They're just kind of living their lives. Shane, you see Ilya in the clubs in Russia with Svetlana. You see Shane going back and forth trying to be, well, mainly boring, but trying to do something.
Boring, as Ilya
trying
would
to keep
say.
his stuff. Shane is over here with all of the endorsement deals. He's shooting all the promos. He's doing all of that while Ilya is on the other side of the world partying his life away.
Which gives you the aspect that, what they're trying to show. Like,
Yeah.
Shane is about his career, his life. Ilya is the party guy. He's very promiscuous with girls and all of that. And the thing is, too, they show him only with girls.
Yep.
It's not like he's
Ilya's
living
only
this
with girls. But then we
split
start
life.
seeing Ilya, like, rejecting those girls. We start to see Ilya reject those girls. So I love that. But also, they're not talking for a little bit, but then they do go back into the talking. They go back into fooling around and meeting up with each other. Oh no, we're wrong. They weren't mad at each other. They were talking. This was just them going through the motions. Because I remember this now, watching it. If you watch the scenes, this is the montage where they're going back and forth and they're finding when they can meet up with each other. And then, like, look, we get the first message, like, see you soon. And then Ilya crashes into Shane and then, boom, right into the bed.
Yeah, so this is their back and
forth.
forth.
The scenes here, the direction, cinema, all of it, so good.
This made me feel like, okay, you got episode 3. Now it's
You're
time,
seeing
like,
the
back
stakes.
to
Like, they're mad at each
what
other,
is
yes,
happening.
but like now they're just going through the motions. And Shane wins the Stanley Cup. He wins 2 of them. Ilya's all proud boyfriend on the couch.
It's so funny how, like, they still have to put on this front.
And then you still see they're competitive throughout the whole summer.
Yes.
They're still writing each other like, have a boring summer, or don't worry about working too hard because I'm going to win again. Like, and then they get the real sexy one, like, oh, the only cup you're going to hold is the one I take off with my mouth.
Not for nothing.
I love the text messages between these two.
Seeing how explicit the book is, and then you see the show, I feel like the show hits like 3/5 of what the book hits when it comes to freakiness.
But that's on purpose, because I think if you cannot do the same amount that is in the book. You just cannot. You cannot.
You'll be watching a porno.
That is too much. I think that's too much. Like, to go word for word from the book, I think would be too much. Because the thing is, too, there are a lot more sex scenes in the book than there are in the show. Like, holy fucking shit. These men cannot keep their hands off of each other. They cannot. Like, the minute they look at each other, yes, you're right. Episode 4 shows that. But the minute they look at each other, it's like they have to touch. They have to go at it. But it's so good. I love this whole beginning montage, everything.
So this episode also, like I said, introduces Rose. Well, no, let's...
Not yet. So the first thing we see is Shane and Hayden at the aquarium. We get a cute moment. This is when Shane gets to have a little moment talking with one of his buds. They're trying to talk about previous relationships.
And Hayden
an
is a pretty important character. Hayden
is big. Hayden is a big character, even in the books and in the show. And in season 2, it's even more. But yeah, they're at the aquarium and they're just having a regular bro moment, honestly. And I think it's really cute. And then the kids come up to Shane asking for a picture, and Hayden's upset because of the baby. They didn't even know.
At this point here, when we watched it for the first time, I really thought Hayden was like a bad
Me
father.
too. I was scared. I was scared that Hayden, not that he was a bad father. I was scared that when Hayden finds out, he's going to not be Shane's friend anymore.
Oh, no. I was talking about his parenthood. The way he was telling them kids to go here, go there, and no, and
Babe,
don't do this. I was like,
see, I
really?
get it, but I feel like that's so normal for a one dad who's outside with his 4 kids.
I'm like, girl, get it together. But I did develop and realize that like Hayden had a respect for Shane, and but not knowing that he's gay, because obviously Shane is still hiding it at this moment. But you know, because we are given spoilers, when does Hayden find out about Shane? Spoiler alert, once again.
So spoiler alert. So in book 2, we find out that Shane has told his teammates that he's gay. He has not told anyone about Elia except for Hayden. Hayden's the only one that Hayden and Ryan Price, but Ryan Price knows for a different reason.
Okay. But we do find out that Hayden does find out.
We find out that Hayden finds out the same time technically as the rest of the team does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in season 2. And then this is the first time. So now Shane goes to Elia's house for the first time.
Oh.
And Shane goes real estate happy.
The motherfucking windows.
The biggest windows
in all the fucking places that
on earth
go to.
How can you be so private?
At a certain point, I just felt like Elia did not care.
He's like, fuck
he was
it.
like, I don't. I want people to find out.
Yeah.
But that to me hit later on.
Yeah.
Especially when Shane comes to Elia's house.
Next, we got a very hot sex scene. Very hot. This is the scene that the straight guys, they didn't know that gays could have sex this way. They didn't know that we ride each other.
For the ones that aren't,
we gotta edit that out. We gotta edit that out.
Life in general.
We gotta edit that out.
Because I'm like, I get it. I feel like there's ones that like just, oh, this is so like, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that.
No, but you gotta see,
like,
babe. They were watching. They were watching us like it's National Geographic on the Science Channel, trying to understand like how, cause that it was just so hilarious.
And yeah, I feel like maybe this stood out to a lot of straight people too, because it's like, but I do that in my world, like you can
so
do that
as a book lover, the next scene, which is pretty much we're getting into the tuna melt scene. And the reason it's called the tuna melt scene is because this is when everything really changes for them. This is like this scene, it's, you know, I love the beginning. So right, they have this amazing sex scene, and then Elia asks Shane to spend the night. This is the first time that they'll ever spend the night together. And Shane is freaking out.
That is a moment.
Because
that is a very big moment.
It's a huge moment. This is not what they do. They just, you know, they usually just, they meet, they have sex, and they go. Like, that's it. To spend the night with someone, that's spending an all day, sleeping with them, waking up to them, the morning breath of it all. Like, but I love this scene between them two because it's so sweet, because you see Shane in his brain going over this, like, is this a good idea? Like, this is not a good idea. We should not be doing this. And then, you know, like, Elia begging him, like, please, stay. Like, I'm not, like, and he tries to be cute and sexy, like, I'm not done with you and all this stuff. And he sees that that's not doing enough for Shane. And then he's like, you know, we could just hang out. Like, please just stay. And then finally, Shane gives in. They wake up the next day and the dreaded question happens. Do you want a tuna melt? The minute Shane asks... So, in the book, the minute Shane and Elia wake up, Shane is freaking out. Shane's freaking out. This is not... Like, this is what couples do. We're not a couple. We are rivals, and we only meet to hook up. That's it.
Like, oh shit, why am I feeling like this?
Why am I spending the night? This is not supposed to be a thing. Then, the minute he asked him for a tuna melt, and he asked him, "You want to make me a tuna melt?" And he goes, "Oh, I was gonna make one. I can make two.
I love that scene because it seemed like I was making one for me, but I guess I'll make one
I
for
can
you
make one
too.
for you too." So cute, so cute. But in the book, Shane is spiraling out of control. He's like, this guy who we only meet up to have sex, we only meet up to hook up, like we don't do anything. Like, he's cooking for me, we're watching the game, we're talking. Like, he was so afraid of this because it felt domestic and it felt like a normal couple. And in Shane's brain, he tried to be a normal couple. Remember, like, before he sent that text message, like, we didn't even kiss. He tried to talk with him. He tried to, like, get to know him and be sentimental. And he never got it. And now all these years later, Elia is like, oh, like, I can cook something for you. Like, we can laugh and talk about hockey. Like, this could actually be a thing. But in Shane's brain, no, it can't be a thing. This is forbidden. This is illegal. Like, this cannot be. And seeing it being acted out, and I got the pleasure of watching it first and then going back and reading it and then getting to compare it. The only comparison that I can say, the book is more intense only because a book must describe every single aspect of every moment that's going on. When you're watching the TV show, you get the privilege to act it out without the inner monologue. Because all the freaking out that Shane does is his inner monologue. Mm-hmm. All of it. None of it is being said actually to Elia. He's going through the motions. He's talking to Elia. He's going through the conversations. But while the conversations are going on, in his brain, Mayday, Mayday, what the hell is going on here? We're not boyfriends. We're bump buddies, like nothing else. What is going on? And just realizing how important this scene was, because then you think that it's going to end there. And then we get the moment with Elia's dad breaking in, you know, and Elia's dad calling, Elia's freaking out, trying to make sure his dad is good and everything, and then comes back.
Was it Elia's dad or his brother?
Elia's dad. It was Elia's dad who called. And then Elia ended up calling his dad and then called his brother too and was like, you know, like, you're supposed to be with dad, all this stuff. I also love the moment in the show right before, but after Elia hangs up the phone with his dad, he has to like woo-saw and collect himself before he goes back to Shane. Mm-hmm. So he like collects himself again. I love that scene so much because I think it's so real. Because he's like, you know, I don't want this guy who I just had spend the night see me upset or see me in any other way except like a sex god, pretty much. But I love this scene so much because just how much it means to the relationship, because he spirals and freaks out so much that as freaked out as he is, he gets so tired by the time Ilya comes back from the conversation with his dad after eating and stuff. He kind of falls asleep on Ilya's chest and then has a sudden horny urge to do a double jerk off.
Oh.
But what really... So, Shane was spiraling the whole time. What sent Shane off the cliff and what made him freak out and leave in a panic the way that he did is specifically, this is the first time that Ilya calls Shane by his first name. Because every other time when they hook up or anything, it's Hollander and Rosenoff. Hollander and Rosenoff. This is the first time during the double moment for the fun of them, he goes, damn, Shane. And Shane, realizing very quietly, he goes, Ilya. And he's like, fuck, I need to leave. I need to leave. This is too real. This is too real. I need to bounce. I can't do this. We should not be doing this. We're not a couple. We're not boyfriends. this does not happen in hockey. We don't do this. Because the thing is, their biggest thing, for me, it's not so much that they're gay men in hockey. That's definitely an element that freaks them out. But what freaks them out the most is the fact that the hockey world has turned them into rivals. And they have become rivals that have fallen in love with each other. They know that is going to mess up a lot of merch, a lot of marketing, all of the years of the league putting them against each other. They know if they're caught, that all gets destroyed, because now the league is going to look like a liar. You turn them into rivals, but behind the scenes, they're in love and they're bumping each other the whole damn time. Like what?
Where?
What? Like, there's so much at risk here. But Ilya's willing to risk it. Shane is just nervous because he doesn't know just how deep it, like, oh, Rachel and Jake. Rachel for the source material, Jacob, my God. Because again, I've never fallen asleep. No, I can't say that. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. So yes, the tuna melt scene happens. It's amazing. It's heartbreaking. Shane freaks out and leaves. Ilya calling out for him, and he's like, Hollander, like, please don't do this. Please don't do this. And then he calls him one more time. He's like, Hollander, please don't do this. And then just leaves. Now, 2 weeks ago, I'm mad for Shane. Now I'm sad for Ilya. Mm-hmm. The show has fucked me up because I love both characters now. I'm in love with both characters,
and
now,
that was the beautiful
and I don't
way
know
of
what
them
to do.
just placing it. Like, you,
I don't know what to do.
Fall in love with both characters. Mm-hmm. Ilya gives off such a bad boy, risque, just doing all these crazy things, but you get to learn his emotional side. And then Shane, you feel this from the start with him. He's such a, you don't want to break him. He's like a feather.
Yeah.
But then, you get to understand his flaws through Ilya, because Ilya does have a sense of awareness with certain things that, like, will affect him as well, that Shane probably isn't so visual on at the moment. It just because all he sees is Ilya's freaky side.
Yeah.
And
this is the first time he's getting to see the other side of Ilya, like a boyfriend side. Like, in my brain, Shane is like, who is this guy? Mm-hmm. Like, this is the guy who bothers me all the time, who's always trying to beat me, who's like, we're always at each other's neck, and now he's trying to cook me food? Like, he's trying to cook, what? Like, there better be something going on in that food that you're gonna try and, like, make the rivalry still happen, but no, like, you're just cooking
and even
food.
in episode 4, the moment of Shane leaving,
heartbreaking. My heart breaks for Ilya.
Ilya was so caught off guard.
First of all, this happens 2 minutes after they just come. For any man, when you first come afterwards, you need at least 10 minutes before you can function.
You
need a few minutes before you can function again. Okay,
we're back to it.
Like, before you can function. For Shane to just have done that and then have this emotional moment where he could just up and move and walk around, girl, good on ya.
Like, who knows? That probably turned Ilya on even more. Like,
no, that did not turn Ilya on. Like, that broke his heart. It broke his heart. It broke his heart because he was confused. Mm-hmm. He was confused. He didn't understand what was happening. Like, where was this coming from? What happened? What did he do? What did he say? Like, he was confused too, because the thing is, he went and talked with he went to go talk to his dad. And he came back, talked with Shane, and then Shane, like, went on to him and initiated everything. Yep. So he's thinking, okay, like, we're going to continue until, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you're leaving now and you can't do this no more. Like, now you're breaking up with me. Like, you're breaking up with me. We're not official. Yes, I know we're not official, but we have been hooking up for so many years, and doing this for so long.
Yep.
You're telling me you can't do this no more. You're breaking up with me.
Yep.
There's no other way of looking at it. Like, Elia feels that I'm being broken up with. Shane is like, I'm not breaking up with nobody because there's not, like, we're not in anything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, y'all are. This is why I love this episode so much, because all the emotions from episode 2 that we got left with, like, oh, I'm heartbroken for Shane, all these things, like, now we see Shane have that moment, and then it's Shane's fault because this is too much for Shane now. He's overstimulated. It's too much for him. Like, it's just so good with the back and forth, and like, it makes you care about these characters so much because it makes you care about their heart, because now what we're starting to notice is that these are two men that are madly in love with each other, and they're doing everything that they can to not be in love with each other.
Yeah.
Like, now as an audience, that's what we're starting to feel.
Yeah, I agree.
And it hurts us because it's like, no, you should be able to love who you want to love. Now they're getting us in our feelings because it's like, no, we want y'all to be in love. We don't want y'all to fight no more. We want you to be in love. Like, we get the rivalry of it, but we want you to be in love. And now it's like they're building walls between them so that they can't do it. Mm-hmm. And I love it so much. I think it's so great. But I remember watching this show. I was not ready for Shane to turn around and get a fucking girlfriend.
Oh, that for me, I'm like, okay.
When Shane
growing up, wait, I understand the fact of having a girlfriend.
Oh my God, yes, talk about it.
But being in the closet. Mm-hmm. I've had girlfriends while in the closet, and it feels like it's the right thing to do. But you genuinely inside just know that you're lying to yourself. But if you were to like lead into who you really are, it just feels like how they explain, everything that you worked for is going to be looked at different. It always went down to like, what I'm presenting as a person, that's going to be destroyed. And I can totally understand dating or giving that part of you to something that you feel is the right thing to do, but it's not right for you. And oof.
See, I mean, I don't know what that's like, because I've always known from very little that I was gonna be gay. I always knew. It's not that anyone told me or anyone showed me anything. I always felt for boys in a way that I never felt for girls. And that started as early as like the age of like 3 and 4, where like I knew, there's girls, we play house and mom, but I'm looking at my brother. I'm looking at my friend who's paying my brother. Like, like I like him. Mm-hmm. Like, I knew from very, very early that I liked boys. So it was, I don't know that experience. Like, did I have a girlfriend? Yes. And I remember trying to have a girlfriend so the kids didn't bother me in school and stuff. But then 9th grade came and well, I walked into my freshman year wearing my nephew's clothing because all of my clothes were too baggy.
And the introduction of tight clothing has
all of
started.
My clothes were too baggy, so I went and took my nephew's clothing, who at that age was probably a good 4, and I took his white t-shirt and put a zip up hoodie, and I put the zip up to the middle of my thing because it was a crop top on me, and I wasn't that gay to wear a crop top, but I did want to wear a tight shirt,
something close to it.
Yes.
Not fully.
I put the zip midway up so they could see that it was a tight shirt. I dyed my hair blonde. Like, I was coming out. There was no hiding it there, but it's always interesting for me to hear about people that like were in the closet and then also had girlfriends and those experiences and stuff, because it's just something that I was never like. I have had sex with one girl before, and it was a disaster.
Even that part, when it got
was
to like
a
the sexual
disaster.
stuff of it, it was just so. It was such a mental thing to know when to like be on for a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
It did not feel natural at all. And it was such a game thing to play in my own brain to make sure that I'm making you feel satisfied. I know I'm not, but the situation, the test has got done. I answered all my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I wanted to study for that or not, like, no.
People could leave you alone. Whoever was bothering you could now leave you alone. Because
And the thing is, it would never. I had to realize that wasn't going to end. Like, I did not want to continue taking this test that was just in front of me because I would have, died not knowing what it was to just be me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely something that sparked in me when it got to this episode, because we are now introduced to Rose, who is Shane Hollander's girlfriend at a certain point in this show.
And I love her.
Oh,
I
everything.
love all the women.
But
all of the women.
Rose is a little shady. I can't lie.
Why?
She, with how she handles situations of understanding what Shane is, which is a gay man.
I know what you mean. And I because there's a test that happens. And everyone says that it's a test. It's not stated in the book or anything, but for us gays looking at the show, so Shane and Rose hook, they get together. Everyone thinks they're dating.
So let's start off their story. They meet up at a bar when Shane is out with the boys.
Oh, no. So after the tuna melt scene, after the tuna melt scene, Shane goes back to his hotel room after having lunch with his parents, and he freaks out on his parents. Very rare for Shane. He freaks out on his parents and is rude to them.
And that's the lunch scene. I thought that happened earlier, but it happened now.
That's then. Then he's going back to his hotel room, and his friend, one of his teammates, calls him and is like, "Oh, come. I need you to come out." Shane doesn't go out, but he's like, "I want you to come out. I have to this restaurant that my friend owns. Movie stars are going to be here. They're shooting a new movie here in Montreal, and they're all going to be here, blah, 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 blah." Shane ends up going. First, I think he's going to hook up with the bartender, because the bartender is easily.
I agree.
Easily is flirting with him.
And he easily looks like a character in the show.
Totally about to hook up with him. Totally looks like he's flirting with him, all those things. Then he goes, Rose Landry is here. Rose Landry. Oh, shit. So Rose Landry's here. Then we cut to Shane is talking with his friends, and Shane goes, "I need to step away for a second. I'm going to go to the bathroom." In that moment, I think what's happening is Shane is a little bit overstimulated. Because remember, he's on the spectrum. He's there with his friends. Those guys are probably laughing really loud. He's drinking. He needs a moment to kind of woo-saw away from everything, just to collect himself. He goes and sits down at a random booth. On the other side of the fucking booth, it's Rose Landry. And she's so cute. She's so sweet. In the book, they give her this random accent, but in the show, she's like this like Canadian American thing. So cute. But then they get to know each other. They're flirting. They're talking all these things. And Shane is like, "You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to get my mind off of Elia. The people, no one will ever suspect that I'm gay now, because I'm over here dating the fucking, at this point, the biggest movie star in their world.
Who's in the sequel of
X-Men. She's Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She is Mystique. She is absolutely Mystique, and you can't tell me anything other. She's absolutely Mystique. But what I love about this, so they start dating. It's all over the internet. Elia is seeing this. Is seeing this, and he is unraveling.
The feeling, I could imagine.
But that's why I love this show so much, because it's, it's very relatable for us. But yeah, so Elia is freaking out over Shane in this relationship. And then we get to the club scene. It was Elia versus Shane. They had their game that same night. Rose is in town. Rose asks him, "Oh, will you please come out with me?" Shane goes, "Oh, you're going to make me dance." And she goes, "No, I promise I won't." Liar, all these things. Then Elia is so frustrated with everything going on. He's in the hotel room and he yells at his roommate and is like, "I need to get laid. Let's go out."
Yes, let's go out.
And they're at the same club.
Oof.
So I love this scene so much because even as a book fan, the club scene, word for word, moment for moment, is completely identical to the show, and I love it. There's one little thing that is not. However, it's not even addressed or brought up in the show, so it doesn't even matter. Which is what happens after Elia and Shane stare at each other on the dance floor. Because in the book, they do talk about what happens afterwards. In the show, it ends with them two staring at each other and then them two like in the shower and him with Rose, ending that way. But in like, it is so good in the book. It's
the way it went into the club
same.
scene, like just seeing it,
good.
how Elia was staring in the mirror at himself. And I remember you telling me like, that's the moment he's spiraling. Like he's just, everything is just going at 100 miles per hour in his brain about seeing everything with Rose and everything him and Shane has done. And he's like, then he goes to the guy.
Elia sees Shane first. Elia notices Shane in the club first. Shane doesn't know. Shane notices Elia's teammate in the club first. That's when Shane leaves from Rose and Miles, who does that weird kiss on him.
Yes, Lord.
What the hell was that about? But he leaves and he actually does go start looking for Elia. And then he sees him. And when he sees him on the girl kissing and stuff, Shane in the book says like, his stomach is turning. He feels like vomiting. He's
that
upset.
feeling.
Like,
if you haven't been there, then you haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
But that is a feeling to see someone that you love, like doing something that you just never thought. It could be anything, but for him to see that feeling of disgust, because the thing is, Elia sees Shane as well with Rose, but in Shane's head, he's not giving. They're both not knowing that in their brains they want each other. It's like, I see you with that person.
No.
They want each other, but seeing them with another person, it's like making them do these things even more that they don't really want to do. Like, Shane doesn't really want to kiss Rose. He doesn't really want to be intimate with her. He's looking at Elia like,
and then seeing Elia do that. Yeah, I could see that will make him spiral more into like, okay, let me just do this to really forget about him.
Not knowing Elia just saw Shane.
You are correct.
Elia just saw Shane with Rose.
You are correct.
Now he's with the girl that Shane noticed him with. So it's like a back and forth kind of thing with Miles. And this is why I'm mad at Rose. This bitch.
Yes, let's talk about it. Rose, why did you have to test Shane here?
Why?
You and your gay friend went up and said, listen, we need to see if he's on your team. I think he's on your team. We need to see if he's on your team. So I'm going to go dance with him. And then after I go dance with him, you're going to go behind him and dance with him. And then let's just see what happens.
Do you know what would have happened in real life?
The shenanigans.
There would have been a story report for Miles and Shane having a fight in the club.
Yeah. Because what you mean? There's this random ass guy. Not only is he dancing behind me, he's just going to kiss me up on my neck.
Oh, hell no.
And I'm kissing my girlfriend? Like, what's happening here?
They're lucky that Elia wasn't that attached to Shane, because he probably would have been like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. For Rose, it's okay. But for this random guy. And then my thing is, they're out in a club, in the public. Like, yes, this is a club that the bartender did say a lot of celebrities are coming tonight. But this isn't the same place, right? No. This is a random club.
Yes, this is not The first place was the restaurant.
Yes.
This is a different day, a different night.
Yeah.
This is at the club.
That's a lot happening. That there would have been rumors that that part right there is a little because there would have been rumors and everything out the wall.
What you mean?
About a guy kissing on Shane Hollander and out in the club in public.
Yeah, but in a club like that, maybe not. You never know.
Yeah, they have these exclusive things.
Yeah, in a club like that, you never know.
But yeah. So Rose, she at this point, after realizing it,
I definitely think she was
knew.
Testing Shane. I definitely think she was testing Shane. And after this, yes, you are correct. This is after this where she knows, because now we get into the best episode of the series. Yes.
Well, before this one ends, after that whole shabacle with Miles kissing on Shane's neck and the whole thing of Ilya and Shane seeing each other in the club, Shane has sex with Rose.
No.
Where I, in my head, felt he did not enjoy that at all.
No.
Very relatable to...
He needed to think about Ilya in order to finish.
While Ilya's in the shower finishing.
Thinking about Shane.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it made me look at Ilya different, where I'm like, oh, so he didn't just feel like he needed to just take this girl back to do something with the girl to like get his emotions out.
No. So this is where I'm saying this is the only difference in the book and in the show. Because in the thing is, so what happens? Okay. In the book, the girl that we see Ilya kissing on and making out with, Ilya tries to take her back home to hook up and to have sex and everything. Oh. However, the girl is in the club with her boyfriend. Oh. And the boyfriend likes to watch his girlfriend at the club seducing men and like doing stuff with them. He enjoys that of his girlfriend, but the girlfriend has no interest in going back with Ilya. She said like, "Oh, you're super cute, you're all of this, but you know, like I my boyfriend's here," and he's like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "No, you're fine. Like my boyfriend doesn't have a problem. He actually enjoys watching this and stuff." That frustrates Ilya to actually leave the club, and that's what makes him go home. That's what makes him go home and jerk off instead, because he wanted to go home and have sex, but the girl was pulling a shenanigan on him when he was trying to pull a shenanigan on Shane.
And then Shane has a whole girlfriend.
Shane has a whole girlfriend. So he's pissed off. He's like, he has a whole girlfriend. He's going to go home and do something. I'm trying to go home and do something, but I end up not getting anyone and everything. And then we get the final scene, the final finish, all those things. And now we get to the best episode of the entire show.
This is 5.
Episode 5 for me is the best episode in the entire series.
I agree.
Of the entire season.
It feels like a season finale. It definitely does.
Because the way it makes you feel at the end, like it just makes you like, if episode 5 was the season finale, I would be so good.
Yeah.
I would be so good. I would feel so happy. I would feel so good, safe. I would feel like these characters are loved and everything.
So with us watching it, when we watched episode 5, we had a week to wait until episode 6 came out. So that's what gave us the time in between. Well, I think it was 2 weeks actually.
No, it was a week.
It was a week. Okay.
It was a week.
Because that's when we caught up with episode 3. So everything we explained earlier about Kip and Hunter is what we watched after we just got the whole ending of episode 4, which was insane.
No, we saw episode 5 and then went back to 3.
Oh yes,
we saw 5 and then went back to 3. We saw 1, 2, 4, 5, 3.
Yes.
And then 6.
It's not going. Episode 5. Oh,
episode 5. I'll Believe in Anything. My favorite song of the season, of the series.
The name of this the episode.
The name of the episode.
Yep. I'll Believe
Everything in this episode. We have another iconic moment from one of our female leads, one of our female characters in this show with Rose. So we open up and it gets right to the goods right away. It really doesn't give us like no in between like stupidness. Like it gets right to it.
Oh yes, this episode it hit us emotionally so many different ways.
It goes right to it.
Oh, okay.
So
yes,
we go right to Shane has a date with Rose. They're meeting up at a restaurant and everything. Rose, pretty much this entire conversation,
she's giving subliminals in my head.
Well, no, she is at first. That's why she says, she's like, I don't think I'm going about this the right way. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, fuck, I'm just going to be blunt. Like, I think you would rather kiss Miles. You know, because she's beating around the bush. She's like, like, you know, Miles is gay. Did you know Miles is gay? And he's like, yeah, I didn't really think or notice that. Like, I don't, you know, like, what the fuck do I care that Miles is gay? You know, I don't know. And then she's like, oh, are there gay players in hockey? And he's like, yeah, like, of course there are. And she's like, yeah, but like, are they out? And then she's like, okay, I'm not going about this the right way.
She's trying to ease her way in.
And right away, you see the panic in Shane. He's like, what do you mean? Like, he knows that, fuck, like, something, like, she's about to say something to me that's going to hurt me. But just the way this whole scene was acted, the care that she took with him, his acting in it, for me, Hudson's acting, this is where I'm like, give him the awards, give him everything. Because when she asks him specifically, have you ever been with a man before? And he doesn't say nothing. He just nods his head yes. And a tear flickers. And then she goes, have you ever said that to anyone before? And he says no. And he puts his head down and the tear goes away. I'm destroyed. I'm destroyed. I'm destroyed. I'm destroyed. I'm destroyed. Put me in a casket, please. Like, what?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
It was so powerful.
And she was just so supportive in it.
So strong. Did it make him explain anything? Because he felt like he needed to. I would have felt like I needed to. Yeah. I absolutely would have felt like I needed to explain
like, y'all fully
everything.
Had sex together. Y'all were on... Like, the world knows.
Everyone thinks we're dating. Everyone in this world thinks we're dating. Everyone thinks we're madly in love.
Mm-hmm. And for her, yes, the support that she gave him, like, it just made him feel comfortable to explain even more of what
Think happening. About it. From the beginning of it, he was afraid to tell her, and then at the end he makes a joke because she goes, you know, like, I'm a round hole and you're a square peg. You know, we're just not gonna fit. And then so that all happens, and then at the end of it he goes, you know what, I actually like to be the hole more than the peg. And she turns into full support system. Yep. Full, like, oh my God, that's the best thing any of my gay boyfriends ever said to me.
The hag comes out. Yes.
Right. We don't say that word like that, but yes.
Yes.
It was everything we could have needed. It was the best way. Like, I remember breaking up with a girl because I was like, I know I'm gay. I have a girlfriend. Yeah. I need to tell her.
Yeah.
I'm gay, that I like boys. It was awful.
Yeah.
I was very lucky that she was very supportive of me, and she understood. She was hurt. She was like, I could imagine what it could be for a girl who thinks they love someone and to find out that, like,
that's why
they love you as a friend, not as like what you want.
That's why I love the way they showcase these characters in this world.
Because that did happen to me for real in my real life.
I love that.
Like, when I came out the closet, when I decided that I needed to come out the closet and stop lying, I had a full-blown girlfriend.
Wow. I
was just about to finish 8th grade, going into 9th. Like, I had a full-blown girlfriend. And at that point, we were boyfriend and girlfriend for months. We kissed every moment, anytime anyone ever saw us. Like, it was always a thing. You know? And then I remember having to tell her that I like boys. It was the worst. Oof. But I got very emotional because we didn't do this. Like, we didn't do what Shane and Rose did. But even when I told her, she didn't change with me. Mm-hmm. She loved me right away. She understood. She was hurt. But she was brave enough to put her hurt aside to support me in what I was going through, because in her mind, what I was going through was bigger than the hurt that she might have been feeling, which I always appreciate from her, and I always will love her so much for that. And you know, she may not even know that, you know, but like
even in this scene here where Rose is telling Shane, you know,
I've
let's
had
be
this
friends.
scene.
Like,
I had this scene with her.
We're not giving up with what we have.
I remember I was living in my brother's house. I told her on the porch. She cried. I cried. And the first thing she said to me afterwards is like, we're best friends now.
Wow.
She's like, that's what it is. We're best friends now. Like, now we get to talk about boys together. That's what she said to me. Those were her words to me. Just like her. She did not let me run away. Because the first... I was going to run away and never speak to her again because I was afraid she was going to tell somebody. So I'm going to put up my wall. She never allowed me to put up my wall. She rejected my wall every time I tried to put it up. I tried to put up a wall and she rejected it every time. And that's why I knew, like, she's for me. Like, she's for me in that way. Like, as a friend and everything like that, you know? Like,
listen,
it's so many
crazy.
ways.
The lights. Because now I'm thinking
I love it.
Of my sense of, like, my come out story.
Mm-hmm.
I came out because of being with you. Like, you are my first ever real relationship partner that I've been with. And having the chance to come out, it was scary as hell. You know? But I did it in front of a group of people that we were around for years.
Every day.
Every single day. Like, we were dancing together. We were living together, whether it's sleepovers or actually living together. And being able to say it when I did, the way I did, it felt like...
I remember that day, too.
It wasn't even like you know, I planned for this for weeks to come. It was such a spontaneous, like, hit of the moment where it's like, no, it's enough.
Yeah.
There's enough.
Oh, I was extremely surprised because I didn't know you were going to come out, and I also didn't know that you were going to decide to tell everyone that you and I were dating at that point. Because in that meeting, you said, hey, everyone, well, I'm gay. And I've been dating Carmelo. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
and I'm with Mello.
Because I was terrified of that because at that point in time, our status in the company was different. Like, you're the right-hand man. I'm brand new to the company. Like, I barely have spots. Barely. And you are in everything. You're co-creating some of the things. You're working on everything.
And I've been with it for so much longer.
And you were with it for like a whole 2 years before me. I'm totally like, the last thing I wanted in that moment in time was for you to tell everybody else what was happening, because I didn't want them to look at me or anything a certain type of way, you know? But when you decided to do it, I was like, well, it is what it is. This, you know, like, we're here now.
And it's so crazy because, like, the understanding of why I did it still is, like, a little alien to me. Like, it felt like it was something of a, like, it just needed to happen, but, like, I didn't understand what will come with it afterwards.
You never do.
But it's like, you know, I was fine. That was me. It's me. Like, this is me.
Because I know exactly what you mean, because I do remember the first time when I decided to tell someone that I used to tell people that I'm bisexual, that I like that. I used to tell people that
bisexual.
I remember telling someone the first time, like, no, I'm gay. I was freak. I told someone who worked in the mall. Because I was afraid to tell anyone who actually knew me.
It's so weird. The word "gay" alone. Even
I was afraid.
Saying that when I'm not talking to my parents and stuff, growing up, like the word itself, "gay," sounded so. It was like a curse word.
Absolutely,
it felt like a curse word.
It absolutely was. I really do think for a dad's worst nightmare is having a gay son. I really do wholeheartedly, honestly feel every dad's worst nightmare is having a gay son. I think They fear that more than having a child with disabilities. I think they fear that more than a child with anything. I think a dad's biggest, truest fear is having a gay son. They can deal with a gay daughter. It's a gay son where it is just too much to handle.
And in my case, I was the only son. I am the only son, and the firstborn at that.
And I'm the opposite. I'm the youngest. You're the first. I'm the youngest of 5. And that's just of my brothers.
And that stuck in my head too, in the sense of like coming out where I'm like, this, I can't be a certain way or the way I really want to be, because I kind of feel that feeling of what they'll think having a gay kid. So I want to be a little more straight, acting, being the way I dress, talk, walk. You know, but they won't know that I like girls.
I tried that.
That I like boys. And
I tried that. The thing is,
it didn't last.
But the thing, like, I remember trying those things. The thing is, for me, like, I always had a high pitched voice. I always had a switch in my walk. You know, like, from the youngest I could ever remember, I always used to want to walk like a model. I don't know a lot of straight boys that want to walk like a model.
Yeah.
Like, that was a regular thing for me. Like, a normal, regular thing for me. You know, like, I just knew it was different. But again, going back, like, that's why I love Rose so much. And I love all the women on this show so much, because I have been lucky enough in my life, very lucky enough, to have women very similar to the women on this show. The way Shane's mother is so supportive of him and everything, my mother was like that with me. My father was not like Shane was. No, that was the complete opposite. But that's the reality of it and everything. But there's the women, the support system of the girls. I had that. I have that. Like, I had the girl, my girlfriend from high school. Then I have Solis, my bestest friend, my everything. You know, like I have those women now in my life. And, like, I'm so happy for a show like this, because I could talk to my best friend about this show and tell her, as much as I love all the sexy, smutty craziness, one of the biggest things I love about this is that there's a character in there that reminds me of you. Everything that you did for me, this woman does for her best friend. And it makes me love you so much more. And like for me to you, like, watching this show, reliving so much of it and living vicariously through it with you, like, it's made me love you so much more, because, like, so many things that we've gone through that we have forgotten, like, these random things are sparking up those memories. Like, oh, I remember when we did this. I remember when, it's like, wow, like, 19 years goes by is really fast, but also it's a really long time. Yeah. And you forget just how much has happened in all of that time. And this show for me was such an amazing, positive, fantastical reminder, especially with the year that we have had, that we're coming out of, that it was hard. And this show, as fantastical and as imaginary as it may seem, there's so many elements of this show that was the reality of you and my's life, of our lives. That's the thing. That's why I love talking about episode 5, because for me, episode 5 is the best episode. It is the most positive episode. I never turned off a TV show and started an episode right over from the beginning. Like, literally, he said, "I'm coming to the cottage." What? The fucking shit turned black, and I started all the way from the beginning, from 0 0 from 0 double 0.000.000. I started from the very beginning. He literally said, "I'm coming to the cottage." I'm screaming. I'm happy. I'm crying. I'm starting it all over again from the beginning. I need to watch it all over, because now all the shock, all the emotion is gone. I need to process it normally now.
So what? Okay, so with episode 5, what I love is
just
that
so good.
there's so much that happens. From hold on. Ooh, from Rose and Shane.
That's the
at
beginning.
dinner.
Then Shane and Elia in Miami at the bar.
Yes.
They're finally flirting again. Shane is
Is
telling.
this when Elia and Shane met after the whole Russia scene? Because our favorite word, bullshit. Where does
Bullshit is gonna happen at the end of episode 5.
Okay, so sorry, I'm skipping. Yes, I'm excited.
Bullshit is gonna happen in the middle of episode 5. That's the middle of episode 5.
Okay.
Middle of episode 5, yeah.
So yes, seeing the whole relationship of Shane and Elia being at the pool and
so cute,
interacting with the
so
kids.
Cute.
And Elia,
like the way, like Elia.
Yes.
Why must you be so charming?
Yes.
Why must you take my breath away? Why must you make me fall in love with you so much? With you playing with these freaking kids? What? Like why?
And then playing Shane in the sense of like him saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you guys pretty much with whoever wins."
That is such a boyfriend thing to do. That's such a boyfriend shithead thing to do.
Because you know where it's going.
I would totally do that to you. If I had long hair, I'm going to come out of the pool. I'm going to wet you. And I'm going to be like, babe, can you give them some money? Because I forgot my wallet upstairs. Even though I'm the one who made the deal that if I lose, I'm going to pay you.
Like,
babe, can you please cover that real quick? I forgot my wallet upstairs.
The cutest
fucking
thing to see. Like what? And that right there just
it truly was everything.
It shows that other side of Elia as well, where it's like, he's not such a hot
you're starting
ass
to see
every
you're
second.
starting to see him like break down that emotional barrier. Like he's not aggressive and mean. Like he's a lovable goofball. He loves to have fun. He loves to have be silly and all these things.
Even
like
in this one scene where they're texting back and forth.
Oh yes, what are you doing now? Oh, we only have an hour. Oh, we have like don't come. He's like, come over. No, this is a bad idea. I'm
so
like,
much.
We've done this.
Literally, this was related to school. I have to be at school at this certain time. All right, come to my house. Like
I remember being on tour one time and I overslept and we missed the train and everything because the night before it was the only night you and I were gonna see each other. We only saw each other for that night, so we stood up all night doing all the stuff, and then you left. I fell asleep after you left, and it turns out 2 hours later we done missed our train. I got my pay was docked that week because it was my fault that we missed the train because I overslept and everything. But literally, I only got to see you for that one day. We were in the same city for one day. We got to sleep in the same room for one day. And it wasn't even a full day. I got you for like 6 or 7 hours.
And we did not sleep at all.
No. No, we didn't. We didn't. But then when you left, I was like, oh, I'm going to stay awake. And I ended up not. I fell asleep. Like, I totally was not professional.
Yeah, like... Ugh. And the thing is, the mindset of being these ages, it's like, it's different for everyone. But there's a big comparison.
But that's what I love about it, too, because this is happening for them at the same time as it was happening for us. Yes. It was happening in our 20s. We were in our 20s going through these things, the same as them.
Exactly.
Like, they're in their 20s going through all these emotions and riding all these waves and everything. But... going back to episode 5, because it's the greatest, like, I love it so much. There's so many things that happen. The beginning with Rose, then they see each other in Miami. So right now, this is the all-star game. This is the first time Elia and Shane are playing on the same team together. First time that they're playing on the same team together.
I remember this, yes.
The chemistry is so good. Everything is popping. Everything's amazing. They kill it. All is good. Then we cut to, all of a sudden... this whole episode, Elia's brother is calling him.
Yes, nonstop.
Right away, I knew what was happening. I had a feeling of what was happening.
I thought that
because at this point I had not read the book.
Something. Okay.
At this point, I did not read the book. I didn't read the book until after the end of episode 5 because I could not wait to see what happened in the cottage. I could not.
That's when you started. Yep.
I had to read the book, so I experienced episode 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3 without reading any of the book. None of the book. Once episode 5, we were going to episode... I couldn't wait for the cottage. I started reading the book. Then I got the in-between and the behind the scenes of it all.
Yeah.
But holy crap. It's just...
Yeah. Well, a big moment in episode 5, before it gets towards the end, is Shane having his big accident during the game.
The injury, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That moment.
Oh, and then the cutest moment when they were in the hospital. The hey.
So before
hey.
that, hey,
I love it so much.
Mr. Oh my God, Hudson acting this role, like you said, is just amazing.
And in an interview, Jacob talks about when they were filming that scene, he cried because he couldn't believe how sweet it was. Like, he was like, Hudson played it so sweet and so funny that he actually cried. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Hudson played that moment so good. So good. Like, the aloofness, he's like, hi, but also like, I want to hold your hand still, but I know we can't. And then the moment where, like, I don't know if you saw in the moment specifically, but when the nurse comes in, Shane takes his hand away and he goes, oh no. And then Elia looks at Shane and he goes, goodbye, Hollander. And Shane knows what that means. He's like, oh, thank you very much for coming. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to get into right before that.
I'm like, oh shit. Like, he was like, fuck, I was being too sweet and sentimental.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get back into character. Like, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Staying into character.
Like,
I love it. But right before that,
it makes me love him so much.
It's that moment that we saw that
and
found that out.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be some, like, loss of memory, like, all of a sudden,
oh my God,
Shane
could you imagine?
like,
he doesn't remember who Elia is?
Like, I thought it was going to be something at that moment, like that
the drama.
level.
The drama.
I was like, what? Is it over? Like, what's going to happen?
No, and then cut to a few minutes later, now we're terrified that Shane is going to get them caught. Because Shane is like, tell him I'm okay.
Yes.
He's going to worry. Oh, your dad is fine. He's on his way. No, not my dad. Elia. No!
Yes.
No, you're gonna get caught like that.
Yes. And that's where the TV for me, the TV of this show.
I was dying.
Like,
I was
flipped
dying
because they didn't.
I was dying.
Yeah.
I was dying.
It was over. It was over at that moment.
Like, oh my God! Of course, the emergency guy is gonna remember that. He's gonna remember that. He's gonna say he's gonna do an interview and talk about, well, yeah, Shane Hollander was talking about how Elia Rosenoff is gonna worry about him and all this stuff. Like, I was so ready for that. I was so ready for it. But it was handled so sweetly because then we get the amazing next scene.
Yeah,
you could see the worry in Elia's face. He's like, like, you scared me. Like, Also, what I see in this scene that breaks my heart is, like, Elia wants to be one way with him, but he can't because he knows that they're in public. Yeah. He wants to rub his face. He wants to hold his hand. He wants to let him know, like, I'm here. Like, you scared me. I was so scared that you really got hurt. Like, like, all those emotions and everything. And it was just so... It was so good.
It was so heart touching. It was so
it was so like he like you saw just how much he cared for him, and and then of course Shane goes, I'm upset that we didn't get to hook up last night and everything, but I was gonna ask you something.
And of course he remembered that. I'm glad.
Of course, and I love that too. That's so me. That's so me. I would be so pissed off about it, but then it'd be like, but I was going to ask you something. And this is what I wanted to ask. Like, would you come to my cottage this summer?
Oh, my God. Will you come to my cottage this summer?
Okay. So good. And he was just explaining, even in his, like, aloofness and all his highness, he's like, it's private. We'll be alone together.
And it was,
like,
it was just so airy,
and
so heavenly.
Sweet.
So
like,
just...
like, he's like, listen, I know you're going through all those things. I don't care. Just come a week or two to my cottage.
Yes,
like,
we'll be
alone. We're gonna be together. It's gonna be the best. Like, all that.
And then Elia's there, like, oh, like, What? Like, what are you about to say?
Maybe.
Because when he
At
first
first
said it,
he said, we can't do that. You know, we can't do that.
but I felt like he was scared. Like, what are you about to say to me? Because he's like, I have
Yes.
something I want to tell you.
Yes,
Like,
I thought the same.
He's like,
I thought the
what?
same.
Like, are you going to ask me to marry you or be your boyfriend?
Or I love you or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When it turns out, he was the one. Ely is the first one to say the boyfriend thing. But
And let me tell you, when he first asked him that question, that first time watching the show, he asked him the question. Again, I didn't read the book at this time, so I don't know how important that line is.
Exactly.
So he asked him, "Will you come to my cottage this summer?" Ilya says no, and all the or maybe. At first he says no,
maybe.
Then he says maybe. The nurse walks in. They have to separate. Yeah. Shane, like...
Ilya goes back into Ilya mode.
And Shane turns back into Hollander, and it's like
Somewhat. Yeah, he did.
But then I love Ilya leaving and he's like, shh. Like, shh.
Don't give out our secret.
Don't give us away or anything. So, right away, after we leave the hospital with Ilya and Shane, we cut to Shane on the phone looking a little bit healthier, but now he's on the phone with Rose. And Rose is... somewhere else in another part of the world on set filming a movie. There's nothing on this world that's not telling me she's not Mystique. There's no way she's not Mystique. Totally. She is Rebecca Romaine or J Law. Whatever. She's Mystique.
1,000,000%.
She's Mystique.
For X Squad 2.
There's nothing else. And then the makeup artist. The makeup artist for me is one of my favorite moments in this too. Because can you imagine the things that the makeup artists hear about the actors that they work with?
And then she's on the phone with her partner, and he's just there working. So it's like...
The makeup artist is hearing... The makeup artist is learning that Shane is gay, that they're in a secret relationship,
yes,
that she hates the movie that she's a part of, and she rather would be somewhere else or getting kidnapped.
And the makeup artist agrees.
And the makeup artist is like, bitch, I'm on the same page, girl. I just can't. I love this fucking show.
And then
it's so real.
That whole conversation of Rose asking, how's jerking off going and all these things to Shane, and he's just, answering
endless
it
and constant.
It leads us into back to Mr. Hunter.
Listen, the way this episode is structured, it hits you in every emotional moment that needs to be hit times 10.
And this is the finale of episode 5. It goes right back into Scott Hunter's story with him and Kip, where we're now at, what is this? The
Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup.
Scott has won it all. He's won the Stanley Cup. And
we know that Ilya and Shane are watching.
Ilya and Shane are watching. Ilya is in Boston. Shane is in his home with his parents.
Ilya's with Svetlana.
And a bunch of other people. And again, Shane is with his parents, and they're both watching the show. But they're also texting each other throughout this whole time.
Yes.
They're texting each other throughout this whole time.
They are.
Like every moment of every second. And everyone is just amazed at what is happening. And the thing I love is having read the books. So when I first watched this, again, I still didn't read the books. I don't know anything that's happening. So let me just give you my emotions on those. First time seeing it, I'm a mess. I can't believe this is happening. One, we hadn't even seen episode 3 when we first saw episode 5.
Yes.
So I'm like, where the fuck did these guys come from? Where the fuck did these guys come from? Literally. I don't know nothing about these guys. Why are they getting married? And why is this soccer player kissing this guy? Who is this guy? Okay, I was right about the soccer player, because remember I told you in episode 1, the minute Scott showed himself and he said, "Oh, good shooting, Rook," I knew right away that he was gay. And I knew right away that he he knew about Sheila and Kane.
That was the big connection.
Right away.
I
knew right away. But I had not seen episode 3 at this point.
Yep.
So I'm watching episode 5. And the last 15 minutes is happening. Scott wins the Stanley Cup. He cheers. This amazing song starts that all of a sudden I'm catching a schizophrenic attack every time it comes on.
You hear those hard beats.
I'm losing it. I'm lost. I'm gone. I'm gone into the song. I love it
which
so much.
Which is number one on all these
everything.
Afterwards,
I'll believe in anything. Love it.
I'll believe in anything. Yep. It's number one everywhere.
So we see them. The amazing song comes on, and then we start realizing, I think Scott's going to do something. Because Scott starts realizing all of his teammates, wives, kids, partners, and everyone is on the ice celebrating their big win and everything like that. And Scott is realizing, like, I want this, but with the person I love.
Yep.
And he looks into the crowd, and he goes to Kip. And this is why I love Elena, too. Because at first, Kip is crying. Mm-hmm. He's crying tears of happiness, but he's also crying tears of the fact that, like, he can't celebrate this with his husband, with the man that he loves. Mm-hmm. You know, this has to be a secret. This has to stay a secret. And she tells him it's okay to be sad.
Yes, you're allowed to. Yes,
like, you're allowed to be sad. Like, come on, girl, you're so fucking iconic. I love you even more now. I love you so much more now for saying those words. Uh-huh. Then Hunter goes, fuck it, like, I'm gonna do this. And he calls Kip down. Kip can't believe it. Elena looks at him and is like, bitch, you better go. Goes down. It's this whole thing. Everyone's, like, talking about, like, what's happening. Shane and Ilya are texting, like, what's about to fucking happen? What's going on? All these things. Finally, Scott grabs Kip's hand, takes him onto the ice, and kisses him in front of the world.
The world.
Then we get an extreme zoom close up on Shane and Ilya, who are on two different sides of the world, who are in their home and doing their own thing. And Ilya, everything changes in that moment for him.
Nope.
Everything changes in that moment because he picks up the phone and he says, he doesn't even let Shane answer. He doesn't say nothing. Shane goes,
they text at
what
first.
the?
Yeah, no.
He goes,
at first
what?
They're texting. Like,
he's like, what's about to happen?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, or whatever. Yeah. Then the kiss happens. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's jaws are on the floor. Mom, Dad, Shane, Ilya. Fuck it. If Svetlana was there, I'm sure her jaw would be on the floor. Ilya runs, calls Shane, and immediately cuts him off. He's like, oh my God, what the? I'm coming to the cottage.
I'm coming to the cottage.
The first time I heard that, I squealed like a fucking pig.
Like, who know? A scene of someone saying something from something that you had to kind of catch.
I didn't, because the first time I'm watching it, again, I didn't read the book, so I don't know how important it is. Oh my God. He's answering Shane's question from a week ago when Shane was high. Shane was high, under the influence from the meds and everything, because he had just gotten this crazy injury. And a week later, Ilya calls out of nowhere. At this point, Shane is no longer high. Who even knows if Shane remembers that he asked him that question in the fucking hospital? Who knows that Shane remembers? And out of nowhere, he goes, I'm coming to the cottage. And the reason I think that Shane didn't click what was happening, because Shane's answer afterwards was, and then the song comes back on. I never turned off an episode. Again, like I said before, I restarted it again immediately. But I also, at the same time, when we did turn it off, like to watch something else, I don't remember going to sleep or turning off a TV show feeling so happy and satisfied with what I had seen.
Yes. It felt like the ending of
this was the season finale. If, like you said, this felt like the season finale. Yeah. If this was the season finale and I had to wait for the cottage for season 2, I would have been upset. But I would have been so happy with the way that this ended. I would have been good.
Regardless of it ending, I would have been mad.
Good. It felt so good. It was so positive. It was so nice. Everything. And then we get to the motherfucking cottage.
Wait. Before we get to the cottage.
Before we get to the cottage, yes.
We have skipped over one of the most iconic scenes that I love. which is Ilya
What?
telling Shane his love through the phone.
Oh my God, the scene in Russian. We skipped it completely.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
I had to make sure to go back
Oh
to
my
this
God,
because
yes.
this is a moment of
Oh
his
my
own
God,
as
yes.
well.
This is honestly the best, for me, the best moment of the episode.
Yeah.
Ilya talking to Shane. So, okay. Oh my God, yes, we didn't
Lane,
even...
over here.
So, after the All-Star game, Ilya does not get on the plane with his team to go to the next city. It's reported on ESPN that he didn't get on the plane. Shane gets very defensive because everyone's like, oh, did he get injured? No, he's not injured. Is he this? No, he's not. Shane is protecting his man. But then finally, Ilya gets in contact with Shane. We find out he's in Russia, in Moscow, because unfortunately, Ilya's father has passed away. And first, it's the moment with the glasses. First of all, Shane, the Clark Kent disguise, I fucking live. It's Clark Kent all
That
the way.
he was so demand.
It is so Clark
Ilya
Kent.
was so demanding, and Shane was so submissive and just okay.
And
Like
also reminds me of Me With You because you know I love you specifically when you have your glasses on. You know my favorite version of CJ is CJ with his
yes,
glasses on.
it is. CJ Kent.
Okay. CJ, my favorite is the one with the glasses on. I think all of them are handsome. I love them all. My favorite is with the glasses though, which is Ilya's favorite, and I love. Because it's the first time we see Shane with glasses, and he's totally giving a Clark Kent disguise. Like, totally a fucking little Superman disguise, and I love. And then Ilya being a shithead, if you want to help me get naked. If you want to help me feel better and be happier, one, put your glasses on, two, get naked. And then make sure you're naked with just your glasses on.
That's so hot though.
I love it. It's
so hot.
It's so hot.
Like,
it really is.
But in that moment, what made?
But then that wasn't the
But that was the FaceTime.
That was the first time. That was the FaceTime.
They had a FaceTime.
Then
yes.
after the funeral, Shane gets into the big argument with his brother. Right? Shane has the argument with his big brother.
No,
Svetlana,
Ilya.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Ilya has the big fight with his brother.
Yes.
Svetlana comes in and saves the whole argument and everything. And then finally, like, Ilya is done with the night. He's kind of over it. And he's like, I just need to talk to my man. I need to talk to him. I need to talk.
When does the moment happen where Ilya explains to Shane that it's because of Russia? Did we get there yet or no?
We passed that already.
We passed that. Okay.
That. Yeah.
So Shane has an understanding of why Ilya is going to be the way he is on the phone now when Ilya does his amazing monologue.
In a sense, yes, but also the reason the monologue happens is because specifically Shane is asking Ilya a lot of questions in English, because remember, and Ilya is just very emotional and he's overwhelmed that for him it's just easier for him to express himself in Russian.
In Russian, yeah.
But he can't because Shane doesn't understand him, so he's like, whatever. But then that's when Shane has the amazing idea to say, listen, I may not understand you, but just tell me everything that's on your mind in Russian. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to be here to support
you.
This part. But that way it might be able to help you. That way you could get something off your chest. I would have never thought of something like that, but the reason that I saw it, I fucking love it.
Yep.
It is one of the single most romantic things I've ever seen on a TV show ever. Like, I know that we have this language barrier, and I hear how much pain you're in, that I'm willing to sit here and listen to you express yourself, and I'm going to be confused, and I don't know what's causing you this pain. But I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to suffer through listening to all of this pain coming out of your voice. It's one of the most romantic things I've ever seen. And then for Ilya to go off in it. And he did. Ilya went off. He talked about everything that's making him upset, unhappy, and everything. But when he finally confesses his love to Shane, my heart broke because say it in English.
Yeah.
Like, say it in English.
Yeah.
Like, Shane loves you just as much. He
Yeah.
does. Like, and like, y'all don't know how much y'all love each other and y'all are so crazy about each other. Like, oh my God, say it in English. But it was also so romantic and so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the hurt and everything in his voice and just talking about just like, because what I loved about it too, before he talks about how much he loves Shane, he talks about how much he loves Svetlana and he appreciates her.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves her, but...
Oh, even...
And he stops and he goes, fuck me. And he comes back on the phone, he goes, but not the way I love you. I always think about you. It's always you. And this is the worst fucking part of it. It's always you. And I could just imagine everyone screaming when that happens because it's like,
mm-hmm. He's probably confessing.
We need Shane to know this. We want Shane to know that it's this deep and this crazy and everything. Like,
Yeah.
And it's so romantic
He's
and
being
so
honest.
beautiful. And he's so honest because at this point, like, he's such an asshole in the show. And he's...
And then going back to what you said about his love for Lana.
Svetlana, yeah.
For Miss Lana, he this was also the episode where he argued with his brother
And protected her from him. Because he called her a whore.
Yeah.
He called her a whore.
And he
punched him in his face.
At this moment, he was so over it.
He punched him in his face.
And you know he was to punch his brother in the face. You know, but seeing and learning throughout the show that his brother works, like Ilya said, in police. Mm-hmm. His dad works in police.
His brother was only using Ilya for his money.
For his money. 100%.
Nothing else. Nothing else. That man didn't want nothing from his younger brother except his money. Yep. Nothing else. There was nothing else. Which is why I feel even better that Ilya sent his ass to hell. My niece is going to get a trust when she turns 18.
My niece?
First of all, that's probably 10 years from now before that girl's going to see any money.
And it's probably going to be like, who the hell? What the hell is happening? But
like, my uncle had me all this and like all these things. Like, what?
Yep.
Yep.
And I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard because we've went through those situations where we had to
send a family member to hell,
literally, and it's not easy, you know. So watching it in TV and on a show doesn't mean that it's, you know,
it doesn't make it fake. It's just like, wow, like finally, like for me, I'm watching and I'm like, wow, finally, I'm seeing something that resembles a reality that I've gone through. Because every time I talk about that situation in my area, in my realm, in my reality, it's like, oh my God, that's such a rare thing. Like, that's not real. Like, that's something coming out of a fantasy book. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a fucking fantasy horror story, but that's actually my real life. Episode 5 being the way that it was able to end with such a positive, overwhelming feeling. It was everything that the show needed.
Okay, so we're there. We're at the cottage.
So we're at the car. They go through. Everything happens. And then we pull up to the cottage. So, as an American, when we hear cottage, we are thinking a very small... We're thinking a 1-bedroom studio space, right? That's what a cottage. A cottage is a 1-bedroom studio space.
Yes.
So... the bedroom and the living room are all connected. The bathroom and the kitchen are connected.
Intimate, something real Switzerland.
Everything is really, really small.
Room-ish.
Mama, Shane's cottage is a mansion. Shane's cottage is a fucking mansion with the biggest windows.
You would shoot the only horror movie in there.
That is where you're gonna shoot. What's that? What the Hush movie? Remember with the deaf girl and the crazy serial stalker killer around her? That is where they shot that motherfucking movie.
Scary.
That's where they shot that motherfucking movie.
You twist the theme. It's scary.
That's where they shot The Cottage. The Heated Rivalry horror.
Even though on Instagram,
alternative,
you see the owners or whoever lives at the cottage, and at this moment they posted about our home was used to shoot the cottage, which is so dope.
I would put that motherfucker on Airbnb.
I'm sure it is.
Airbnb, come relive your Heated Rivalry fantasies. Go listen to the loons. Go into the lake. Go do your yoga. Go have your burgers. Make all 8 of your motherfucking
Call
burgers.
your dad to come catch you and your partner.
Make all 8 of your fucking burgers, damn it. Enjoy this at
Not
the
all
fucking
burgers.
Enjoy this at the Heated Rivalry cottage. Absolutely. Because that cottage was beautiful. It was breathtaking. But
they get there.
This is also some of my favorite acting in the entire series, in the entire series, specifically when it comes to Shane. Because, like, I remember being Shane. And, like, okay, so, like, this is where we're staying. This is what we're doing. If you want, you can... there's water over here. I bought you some sodas. I got us some snacks. It's
some food
not much. Like, it's
when you said
much.
2 weeks, you got like enough food.
It's not much, but it's just enough for us. Like, I remember doing all of those things with you. Like, again, we didn't have a big cottage and a secret place like that, but like in our way, like Mama's room, like the different places, like those were the places that we had to create for ourselves and in our own and everything like that, you know? So it was just so beautiful to see. And then for me, I just loved the nervousness that Shane played the whole time, because that's so real. Like, if you really think about it, they've been together for so many years at this point.
So many.
This is the first time that they get to be together alone, nobody else, and there's no time constraint. Usually when they see each other, it's for a few hours because it's game day, or we see each other, or it's a rehearsal, or we're going to pass each other. It's so quick. This is the first time where it's like 2 weeks feels like a lifetime. 2 weeks feels like they have so much time, and we're going to be able to learn and grow so much with them in these 2 weeks that, like, holy fuck. And then that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
From the beginning, we get all the emotional stuff. So Shane shows him around. They get into the cottage. Boom. Right away, one of my favorite scenes. Right away, Elia wants to hook up with Shane. They haven't touched each other. They haven't had sex in months. They want to go. Shane, though, can't get beside himself. So they're kissing. They get on the couch. And Shane tells to Elia, he goes, oh, you know, it's been a really long time, so I don't know if I'm going to last that long. Listen, guys out there.
You know that. Normal. We all know that. Yep.
When we haven't done it for a while and we finally do it, we're so excited that we're ready. First time, it may not be what they were thinking. The second time, we're going to be great.
Yes.
The second time is going to be awesome. That first time, not so much. It's because we're just too excited. And Shane goes, same. I haven't done it just as long. But because Elia is such a hoe and such a whore, Shane can't believe it. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you really haven't been together? And he's like, Elia's like, yes, I haven't been together. Like, please touch my dick. Like, I haven't been with no one. Like,
but he's also surprised that Elia hasn't done it as well.
Yes.
In that amount of time.
Which makes it so romantic. And it makes it so beautiful because it's like, wow, these men have all the money at their fingertips. Elia can get any man or woman that he wants at the snap of a fucking finger.
Even Shane.
And Shane. They could. Shane is too much of a prude for it.
Yeah.
But he still could.
Yeah.
And they chose not to. They chose, no, we're going to wait until we see each other because we know we're going to have these 2 weeks. That's why Shane says, I know it might happen quick right now, but we have 2 weeks. Because he's like, listen, I'm going to let off. In these 2 weeks, I'm going to let off 8 years worth of cum.
I'm going to let you bite on my finger.
8 years worth of cum is happening in 2 weeks, okay? Shane and Elia hook up on the couch for the first time after not seeing each other for a long time. After that, Shane is like, oh my God, you haven't hooked up with nobody? Elia's like, no, it's all this giddiness and all these other things. Then they decide, we're going to be honest with each other in these 2 weeks. However we're feeling, whatever we're thinking, we're just going to say it. Elia says we're going to try all these things. After that, Shane says Should I show you to your room? Then we get the little role playing. He's like, we have multiple guest rooms, all these things. And Ilya goes, well, I need a room with the AC. Everyone has an AC. I need a room with the king bed. Everyone has a king bed. I need a room with the ensuite bathroom. Oh, there's only one place here with the ensuite bathroom, and that's my room. So Shane takes him over to his room, and then I love this moment so much. He goes, oh my God, well, this is awkward. This place isn't open for guests. And Ilya goes, how disappointing. And Shane goes, well, I'm sorry, I'm sorry we can't accommodate you. And then Ilya's over it, throw him on the bed. Boom. They go to start making out and all this stuff. Shane stops him to go. Remember, he brings the curtains down?
And Ilya brings him right back up.
Ilya stops it and takes him right back up. After that, we get into the 8 motherfucking burgers. So for the people on the spectrum, Shane has found a recipe that he's very excited to make burgers for him and his band. However, the recipe calls for 8 burgers. 8 burgers divided by 2, that's a lot of burgers.
And there's a lot of stupid comments on that part where the people's like, how does he not know how to make a certain amount of burger?
No, that's all stupid. No. That's all stupid. That's all stupid. That's all stupid. Shane followed the recipe to the T because in his mind,
yes,
in order for you to get the best burger according to this recipe is you have to follow the ingredients and the recipe to the T. And that's the way. And he's excited to share these burgers with his boyfriend,
exactly,
who he's getting to cook for the first time.
Yes,
these men have never cooked for anyone before. These are professional athletes. They don't cook for people. They have everything cooked for them. They have nutritionists. They have specialists. They have everything on this fucking earth. But this man, Shane is like, no, I want to make something for my man, made by my hands. Yep. And it's going to take a recipe made for 8.
And he planned this from a minute ago.
He did.
They were going to the cottage.
There's nothing. Not that there's nothing he didn't plan, but he tried to plan as much as he could.
Yep.
Because that's just how Shane is. So we get after the burgers. Ilya wants to learn about Shane's parents, which I think is lovely, but also I think this is just Ilya being cute and being a pain in the ass of it all. And bothering Shane in that way. But I think we learned so much in this scene too. We get to see them opening up, and specifically Ilya opening up about his mother. So we learn in this episode that his mother had committed suicide. She unalived herself, is what we should say. She accidentally swallowed a full bottle of pills. That's according to Ilya. He was 12 years old when he found her. The loons are still scaring him, but it's very cute and very endearing. And Shane is just figuring out how to be there and how to be a supportive boyfriend. He knows that this moment of Ilya expressing and sharing is very big. And what he doesn't want to do is step on it in any way. He wants him to be able to share what he wants to share and express himself the way he wants to, but still just let him know, hey, it's okay. I'm here. I don't care.
And this is where you see a lot of the growth too.
Yes, because Ilya, right away, he goes I don't want you to think that she was weak. Yes. And he's like, no, I don't think that. I don't think she was weak. And it was such an important moment for both of them, because then, they get to see each other in that way, and then we get another wake up moment the next time they wake up to each other, and I'm thinking they're gonna say I love you here.
Yeah.
But they say instead, I like you. And then,
which is so crazy.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Stank breath and everything. I like you, and then cut to the next scene and shot. And then the next part after that is my favorite part of the whole episode.
love
It's my
this
favorite
one
part
as
of the whole
well.
episode for many reasons. Yes, we have done this.
Well, before they have done the done, they're playing a video game.
Yeah.
I love the video game aspect of it. Like, they play games, you know, they're still youthful, they're fun still.
And they're playing as each other's characters. So imagine if there was a dance game
Ooh.
and I have a dance team and you have a dance team. I'm going to play as your dance team and
Yes.
you're going to play as my dance team.
Exactly.
So good. It's so good. And then Hayden calls. Hayden is Shane's best friend, and goes full demon. Elia goes full fucking demon slayer in the best way. I fucking love it. And again, I love it because, again, TMI, don't care. We've been in the situations, vice versa, where, like,
I was the Elia in situations.
and I was the Elia, and then vice versa, I was Elia in situations, and you were Shane. Like,
what?
I think with this scene, the reason it bugged me out is because this is one of those moments in time where I feel like the only people that will know about this is you and I, because we went through this. And now they're sharing that moment for the world to see, for people to know that those things really happen, because, like, not for nothing, like, those moments that happen between you and I, those are our secrets. Yeah. Like, I know who you were talking to when I decided to do that to you. Yeah. You remember who I was talking to when you decided to do it to me. Yep. But it's always been like our secret. Yeah. And it's like, in a way, it feels like we've been exposed by this fucking episode of a TV show. Because this is exactly like, it is exactly how it happened. It is exactly how, as crazy and as fake as this seems, this is exactly how it happened.
Walked away.
Yeah, he could have went upstairs, but it's because he wanted it just as much. He wanted it just as much. He knew, he was like, this could be kind of spicy. This could be something like, okay. This is the best. Like, I love this scene. Again, this is me getting more emotional, not emotional, but more in depth because of you and I. We've had this moment, whatever, blah blah blah. But just seeing it and then seeing it done the way it was, it is so real. Yeah. It is so real. Yeah, like, it's so fucking real. Yeah. Like, you may not see the angles that you see on the TV show, exactly, but it's real. Like, it's so real. Okay. The moment happens, Elia gives Shane the blowjob, everything while he's on the phone. It's very sexy. It's very all that stuff. And right away, Shane is like, oh, that was so hot. That was so sexy. And then, but Elia's reaction and answer to what had just happened, it clicks something else in Shane's brain, where Shane goes, listen, what just happened was really hot and it was really sexy and it was really fun. But what we have is much more serious than that. And again, I remember having that moment with you. Like, we used to do a lot of like scandalousness, sexy things with each other. But there was a point in time where like we would do those things, you know, like, but then we would know like that's not what it was about. Like, we did it because we actually were falling in love with each other. We actually really wanted to do that with each other. It just happened to be that this is the situation and the scenario that we were under. So we just went with it, you know, but it's real. It happens, and it is just as crazy, and it feels just as it feels fake. It feels like this is not supposed to be real.
Just so on point. Like,
it's so realistic. Again, for those of you people out there that you cannot relate to anything of this show, and everything from this show feels like a fantasy out of this reach, grasp aspect, I'm very, 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 very apologetically sorry for that. But there are so many things in this show that relate to me personally, my relationship with my partner, and I I relate so much more to this than anything I could relate to any straight story I've ever seen. This is on another level. This is on another aspect, a different respect, all those things. But what I mean by that is the romance of it was that it was intimate. It was close. It was between these two people, and you just felt how much they needed each other and how much they wanted each other. And this was that. You know, yes. In the beginning, it was sex heavy. Episode 5, there's no sex at all. There's not one sex scene. The sex that is in episode 6 is extremely important and means a lot more than the sex that happened in episode 1 and 2. We don't need to see them going at it for as long because we know how much it means now. Before, in the beginning, we were just watching horny men releasing, finishing. At this point in time, we are watching two men who love each other. It's very different. Very, very different from who we were watching in the beginning. Now we're so much more invested into it emotionally because we're scared someone's feelings are going to get hurt. Someone's heart is going to break. Because now, we're still waiting for the trauma. And now, like, all these things are happening. But then, again, we get to the blowjob scene with Hayden. Shane's clarifying to him, like, this was fun, and I love this, but this is not what this is about, because I actually want to be with you. And I love that. And then after that, where do we go? After they do that, now they're on the couch, right? So earlier in the episode, Elia tells us that he's going to be a free agent next season, which means he'll be able to switch teams and everything like that. Everything. And one of the things that we know is that Elia he no longer wants a Russian passport. He wants any other passport other than Russian. He wants an American, a Canadian, anything that's not Russian. And so one of my favorite scenes in this entire thing was them at the couch, feet to feet, and just talking. Out of nowhere, Elia says, I could marry Svetlana. If you watch that scene and then watch Shane's face the moment it happens, he sees red from the beginning. He doesn't calm down until after Elia says, because he goes, there's so many beautiful, sexy women that they all love me. And he's like, oh, that's such a tough problem to have. And Elia goes, yes, but listen. When the yes, but listen, I'm like, oh, he's about to fucking strike him in the heart. He's about to strike him in the heart. And then he goes, there's all these beautiful women. I love them all. But I keep thinking about this fucking slow hockey player with a bad backhand and beautiful freckles. I'm in tears. I'm in shambles. I'm a puddle. What? Because you have put me through the only emotional roller coaster. I'm either horny or I'm ready to cry with you. There's no in between. Can I get an in between? I need to be able to just exist with you. Why is it that if I'm around you, I either need to come or I need to cry? This cannot be it. I need something else. It cannot be it. It cannot be it. It just cannot. But it is, and it is so beautiful. And one of my favorite things is Elia explains to him, I could get the passport. It could be easy. We're friends. It wouldn't be complicated. But then just seeing how emotionally it hurt Shane and the tear and everything, and specifically is when he's like, we could figure something out together. Okay? The way Hudson delivers the okay line, he says it almost afraid. He's like, okay. He says everything really strong, we could figure this out together. Okay? He's confident in everything else that he said, even up until the word together. But then when he wants the clarity, the confirmation from Elia, he gets shy. He gets scared of being hurt. Like, okay, like we can figure this out. And the best thing Ilya could have done is just answer back in that same way. It's just okay. Like, nothing else needs to be said. We don't need to talk about this any longer. There's an understanding. Like, this was a moment. This was a moment that we were scared of happening, and like, fuck, this was a tense moment, but like, we were able to converse and communicate through it. And now look at us. Like, do we have a solution? No, there's no solution at the moment. But that can't be the solution. And we're going to work together to figure out what a solution could be. Again, you and I had these conversations when we were leaving our dance company and figuring out how to become our own people and to do these things, because we wanted to be our own people, but also we knew that we wanted to be our own people but still be together. You know, like, I wanted to be my own person, but I never wanted to be my own person away from you or without you next to me, because you always made me a better person. You know, like, you always checked me in the way that I couldn't check myself. Because, like, for me, I am brutal. I'm sometimes obnoxiously honest. I don't have a filter. And it's not that you put a filter on me. Is that you were able to show me that it is okay for you to think before you speak and to check your words before you say them. Because I learned from you, sometimes I would say things brutally in my way, thinking that you understood what I was saying and it wouldn't affect you in a negative way. But then I come to find out what I said and how I said it is what ended up affecting you in the way that I did not want. It's hard. Oh, so after they're planning, Shane tells him, okay, we could think of another thing. Ilya telling Shane that he can marry Svetlana, it sends Shane into a spiral. He goes into full mom mode, manager mode, and he can't think of anything. So Shane in the middle of the night, he turns into his mother. He can't think. Something I would do. Something I would do. There's a problem in front of me that we spoke about. You're sleeping and I'm up at the middle of the night trying to figure out a solution to this. And then I'm going to think of a solution to then wake you up and talk to you about it. Yeah. You know, and all night Shane he can't sleep. Yeah, he can't sleep. Like, the man that I love, I didn't tell him this yet, but the person that I love, like, these are all the things that are happening, and this is a way that we could be together in the long run and everything. So, like, he goes into full planner mode, full mom mode and everything. And one of the sweetest moments of the entire episode, Shane is laying out the whole plan from beginning to end, and Ilya is trying to keep up. But then at the end, what Ilya gathers is that, wow, this is a man who is not just thinking about his life in the future, he's thinking about our lives in the future. So Shane tells him the whole plan. It's a good plan. It's a really good plan. Everything that Shane says makes sense. It works. But Ilya is like gobsmacked. He's like, you think about all of this? Like, really? Like, you think this far ahead? Because at this point in time, Ilya doesn't think far. Like, he's he's in the moment. Everything is in the moment. Shane is the planner. And Shane goes, yeah, like, I think about this a lot, especially when it comes to you. And then Ilya turns away, gets on top of Shane, and then he starts whispering, I love you in Russian. We don't know this, but we find out later. Secretly, Ilya tells Shane in a whisper, I love you in Russian. And then he finally looks at him in his eyes and says it in English and says, I love you. Shane's reaction is the best. The first thing he says is, holy shit. Holy shit. And but then after the holy shit, Ilya starts panicking. He's like, I mean, like, if I said that to you, if I said I love you and the first thing you said to me was holy shit, I would quickly question, fuck, maybe I said it too soon. I need to damage control. Like, no, like, I mean, like, I like you a lot. Like, it, like, I could almost, like, it feels like I love you. But then, like, Shane doesn't even let Elia explain it. He's like, I love you too. Like, I love you so fucking much. And then, not for nothing, the way Shane holds Elia's head when he collapses in his head and he goes, oh my God, like, I love you so fucking much. The way Hudson delivered that line made me feel exactly like it was supposed to be. Like, Shane, being a person that's on the spectrum, is finally comfortable enough to tell this person that he loves him. So he's like, oh my God, like, I fucking love you so much. Like, and then the question that kills me the most, does it kill you as much as it kills me? Not anymore. Afterwards, Shane, being the planner, he's like, what's your mother's name? Why do you want to know my mother's name? We should start a fucking hockey school together and do the things that I'm destroyed at this point. Like, it's so us. It's so us. It is so us. I'm so sick to my stomach. I'm destroyed in the best way. I love it. It's so sweet. It's so wholesome. Everything you could have asked for. And then the wholesomeness continues. We cut to they're in the river. Elia's upside down, doing a handstand. Shane is on the rock and all these things. The only moment the whole episode where the trauma comes in and the drama comes in, Shane and Elia are walking up. They're talking about what they want to eat. Do you want hot dogs? Do you want pasta? Whatever the thing is. And then they get a beautiful kissing moment, a kissing scene. The way this scene was shot, the way they brought the dad's figure into the frame, it felt like a fucking villain in Superman. Like, the world was going to end. And listen, empty netters, I am with you. When the first time I saw this, and I saw Shane's dad see this, I was upset. Everyone said that this is going to be a wholesome, positive show. Why is dad walking in on them kissing? Why is he leaving? Why is he walking away? Why does he look pissed off? Why? That's not supposed to happen. That doesn't happen in a positive gay love story. Why is this happening? It is so intense. And then Shane's freak out.
The look of the dad.
Oh, yes. Devastation. It's devastation. And it's also like, fuck, I'm not supposed to be here.
Exactly.
I'm not supposed to be here. Fuck me 10 times. I'm not supposed to be here.
And then Shane's freak out.
Oh, Shane's freak out. Again, this is where I got to give props to Shane, because his freak out was a lot more calmer than mine would have been. But I also love that his was the way that it was, because the thing is, really looking at it, we've had this moments together as well. I'm freaking out to the max. I can't control my freak out. You are standing in front of me completely calm, chill, collected, ready to handle whatever it is that's happening. You are Elia in this moment. I'm Shane, freaking out, dying. I'm ready to throw up. I can't control myself. It takes me talking to you to get it under control. That whole thing happens, yes. And then Elia goes, maybe he didn't even notice. He's trying to make it lighter, which I love so much, because he's like, I know how much stress you're on, but like, I gotta try something. Like, as your boyfriend, I gotta try something. I can't let you just spiral like this. I can't. Which I love so much, because again, there's been plenty of times where you've done that for me, and seeing Elia do that for Shane and everything, it was so real. And then one of my favorite moments is when Shane is hugging Elia, and he's like, what the fuck am I gonna say? Like, fuck, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And Elia goes, oh, but you're brave. And he's like, shut up. Like, in that, because I remember in that moment in time, if I'm freaking out, what I don't want is words of encouragement. Yeah. I don't need you to tell me that I'm brave.
And that's me.
If I'm brave, then why do if I'm so brave, shut up. Oh, but you really are. You are. Then why do I feel like I'm gonna die? If I'm so brave, why do I feel like I? It is so me and you coded. I'm sick to my stomach. It's so good. Almost questioning, and he's like, "Of course, I would be doing this with you. Of course."
Exactly.
I love. And then we get to the car scene. One of my favorite moments too. Again, Elia is about to get in the car, and he has his Boston Raiders jersey on. And Shane is like, hey, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help the situation. And he's like, as if they don't know I play for this team. Like, what the fuck? Like,
look at me. They know.
It's bad enough. There's nothing else. There's nothing. You're worried about the team. They're not worried about that. Elia, they're in the car and Shane is like tapping on the shift, the gear shift and everything, and Elia calming him down. Another favorite moment of mine, they pulled up to the parents' house and he goes, maybe you should stay in the car. And Elia gives him those wide eyebrows like, what are you saying to me?
So much every time you see it. That look.
Because you giving me that look so many times where I'm like, babe, maybe we shouldn't do. And you look at me like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm bugging out. I'm sorry, like, that was stupid. Yes. I've been that person, so I've been Shane so many times. And then we get into the house. Some of the best moments ever. They introduce each other. First, the dad explains himself. He's like, I wanted to get the charger. And Shane apologized. He's like, I'm sorry, you should have never found out that way. Mm-hmm. And mom goes, find out what? Yes. I was not prepared for him to say I'm gay the way that he did. Like, just plain cut, like, I'm gay. And this is Elia Rosenoff, but you know that already. And then Elia coming in with the best line ever. We're lovers.
And the innocence of Elia. And
because he's
him coming in.
He's like, we are. Like, we don't call each other boyfriends, but we're more than just a hookup. We're lovers. We love each other. We told each other last night that we love each other. So we're two men who love each other. We're lovers. And Elia's like, no, that's gross. Best reaction ever. Is so good. And then mom's reaction, the first thing she said, it wasn't like, what do you mean? But I thought you hated him. This is where the conversation with the parents, it turns really great. There's a lot of great moments in here, with them talking to each other and learning about each other. The lovers thing, it comes up again, like, oh, you were lovers. And Shane's like, stop saying that. And then dad thinking that they were connecting from the fucking All-Star game. And it's like, no, it's been way before that. And mom's like, well, when? And she's like, rookie season. And Elia's like, no, it's before that. He's like, Shane, he's like, Elia, that doesn't help. Like, stop. Like, so many good things. Then they come back. And this is when the conversation gets a little bit more serious, because now they come back. Mom is like, okay, so like they're getting more in depth. Like, what's the plan on what are you gonna do? Dad asks them, like, so is the plan to just stay in the closet until you retire and everything? And I love this reaction between Shane and Elia, because Shane goes, maybe, I don't know. Elia, without anything, he goes, probably yes, we're gonna stay in the closet and continue to do this. And then I love mom's reaction that no, like, this is sad. Then it's a quiet silence. Then dad asks Elia about, like, I thought you liked girls. Then the parents find out that he's bisexual and all this stuff. And moms freak out. The reason I think moms freak out, you could tell me if I'm wrong. I think mom freaks out specifically because she realizes that she missed a big moment of Shane's life. Yes. She's momager. She knows everything of anything that has to do with Shane's life. And now she realized that something I did stopped my son from communicating with me. And now my son has not just a boyfriend, a partner. I missed it. I missed the whole thing. I missed my son having a boyfriend and that boyfriend developing into a partner. Because at this point, she sees that she's on the outside because Elia really loves Shane and Shane loves him. Yes, on behalf of her son. And now the person who she spent a lot of her life hating on behalf of her son turns around, loves her son as much as she loves him. So mom needed a moment. It wasn't a moment of negativity. Mom was upset with herself that she missed all of this, that her craziness in being a momager made her miss this. It made her miss all of this. And just seeing how much Shane is in love with Elia, she missed that. So seeing that moment, it was a lot for her. And then we have another amazing moment, the conversation between Shane and his mom, which was great. Every aspect of it was amazing. Everything was sweet. Everything was sentimental. I loved everything. Everything. I want to know what was Dad and Elia talking about in the house. While Shane and Mom are outside talking, what are Dad and Elia talking about?
Because then after that, we get right back into the scene of all of them at the table. Mom
and
Shane just had this conversation.
No, they're not even at the table. Yeah. Oh, yes. Now they're talking. What's the plan? Because Mom is like, Mom stops. Yes, you're so right. Mom stops being emotional and she goes back into momager. Okay, we stop. Enough crying. We cried enough. What's the plan? And she's like, oh, I'm going to talk to this brand. I'm going to talk to this brand. They're going to love it because they're going to think this and da-da-da and all these other things. And Shane is like, is this really happening? And then catches a panic attack. And it takes Elia to calm him down. And you know what calms him down? The fucking word boyfriend. He's like, you're good here. Your family is here. Your boyfriend is here. It's so good. It's so good. It's so like, give me a hug. It's like, so protective.
There's nothing going to happen to you.
You're fine.
You have your parents and
and your boyfriend is here.
Boom.
There's nothing else. And then Shane looks up like, my boyfriend? And then, of course, Elia being the pain in the ass, like, yes, I think so. Probably, maybe. First of all, going in for the kiss in front of the parents the first day that they're finding out, balls of steel. You and I have been together. Listen, you and I have been together almost 20 years. I don't think we've ever kissed in front of any of my parents or my brothers, my mother, nobody. And it's not to say that my mother or anyone has ever made us feel that we couldn't or something, but this is just what we do. Like, if my mother's next to us, we will never kiss. Not that we will never, but it's not normal for us to kiss in any way. Not a passionate or even just a... it's not normal for us. So for
Shane is panicking,
yes. So for that moment to happen, I'm like, oh, this is next level shit. And then the episode ends in the best way ever. Like, Mom is talking about planning. They're gonna come over to hang out. All these things. Make sure you check your text. Make sure you text. Oh, but for what? Make sure you text. Yes. Okay. Dad remembers. Oh, yes. I don't want to walk into this. Pay attention to your phones, though. Pay attention to your phone. Because remember, Elia told Shane, your phone's been ringing all day on the table. You didn't say nothing. So Dad was trying to get in contact with you. This could have been avoided if you answered your phone and answered Dad's questions. But, yeah. And with that, we are at the end of the season. This is the whole first season. Riding off the same way they did at the beginning of the season. In the car, riding into the sunset to the cottage. This was the best season. This was the best queer story I've ever experienced. This was the best queer story I have ever experienced from beginning to end. All of the emotional roller coasters we had to go on, all the trauma we had to live through. This was the single greatest queer experience in media that I've ever had the privilege of. Like, I know a lot of books that I've read that are great with gays, but a TV show that I could relate to, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, This is the end of the first official episode of the C Squared podcast.